Morning. Oh, already not looking good. Um, Sorry, let me just test the audio. I'm late. I'm fucking late, super late. Really didn't want to be this late. Um, well, let me kill this audio for me so that I can hear it more acutely. Sorry. Yeah. Routing. There we go. All right. Gotta speak a little louder. Um, Turn up my volume just a little against it all. Um, let's max it out. What is that gonna do? Sure. Hi. Hey, everybody. Uh, I don't know if my AC is coming through, but I don't really, have the ability to check it right now. I'm just gonna have to go back to the VOD and see what I can do. Oh. All right. Hi. Hello. Uh, oh, like we got stream. I would have done this earlier. Pretty much an hour late. So let me give myself back my audio. There we go. All right, yeah. So I would have done this earlier, but wait. Oh, my audio is halved. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have the audio on my headphones, so this is simply not a reliable measurement of how loud anything is. Whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty much an hour late. I wanted to start at 1, because I finally slept before I stream. So I'm pretty alert right now. But recently, something happened to my eyes, so I was waiting for them to warm up. Uh, I don't know what it's called, but they're just red. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm fine. But yeah, uh, where's my buttons? Holy shit. Simply not prepared, I tell you what. I'm simply not prepared. Let me just turn down my AC just in case it's being picked up pretty loudly. No, we're cooking with gas. Okay. If I remember last time, we had to stop because me sleepy. So hopefully we should be fine. Now, uh, what? This game would benefit so much from, I don't know, a just a recap button. Oh well, whatever the case may or may not be. If I remember correctly, we just got finished setting up the Christ. We just got finished setting up the printing press, and we hired a bunch of spies, and now we're spying on the people of Arizote or Magra. It's the Magra district, but the city's name is Anazote, right? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever the case may or may not be, it should be fine. Ahem. With a smile, you assure Sophia that you know a way to harness their youthful ardor. I missed something. Oh, yeah? Okay, do it then. In spite of her lowly lot, your sister has been writing poems and stories. Okay. We published a book on poetry. I remember now. Sorry. Okay. In spite of her lowly lot, your sister has been writing poems and stories ever since she was a little girl. As Gloria grew up, she easily found like-minded friends, poetry-inclined commoners like her. And you saw a number of her friends on stage tonight. As you think about it, you half expected Gloria to be there as well. Back home, you tell your sister how impressed you were by the Poetry Society. As the owner of your own print shop, maybe you can compile their works into a book of poetry. It would be the Empire's first book of poetry written by commoners. Wouldn't that get them killed? Isn't it like against their lots or something? I don't know. With the whole new faith thing, I don't know. So like, why is the new faith allowed to exist if they're so extreme about the lot system? Are they not extreme about the lot system? Is it because they're priests and they get to make the rules? I don't know. Whatever the case may or may not be. You can turn a handsome profit and make the poet famous all over Magra. Yep, Magra, there we go. Did Gloria tell her friends about this idea? Wow. I never thought you'd have the nerve to try something like this. Sure, I'll have a word with my friends. I'm sure many of them will be interested. But there's one thing. They'll never use their real names in the book. Otherwise, they'll get in trouble with the prefecture of the secret chancellery. Ah. Sweet. Okay, cool. So it is contraband. Actually, are you sure this is a good idea? Can you really trust the people at your print shop? Maybe you should do all the work yourself at night. That way nobody will know. And you'll have to distribute the books in secret too. You shouldn't put your freedom at stake for the sake of coin. Not to worry, you assure Gloria. You have thought of everything. The poet's real names and the origins of the book will remain a secret. I can't tell you how happy this makes me. There are so many talented poets in Anazote, and they never even hoped their works would see print. They'll treasure your gift forever. It does not take you long to get started. A compilation entitled The Voice of Anazote is soon ready. You instruct Alida and other last straw spies to sell the books in secret all over the city. Will do, Alex. Alida Siri. Alright. Ardent enemy of the old order. When it comes to this job, young Alida is even more eager than ever. After all, many of the poems in the books are dedicated to the suffering of those who struggle against tyranny, including those who died in Eterna after the trial of the 50. You sell several hundred copies in a matter of days and receive many requests to print more. Rain was a little too loud. Popular, rare, and banned by the authorities, the book turns a significant profit. But I think it's too low against my voice now. Let me see. How about that? Yeah, that looks good. Actually, no, never mind. It's too loud. There we go. I can't reliably check these things. I just kind of have to hope and pray. You keep working on new print runs and sell them easily, even at 3 times the price of a normal book. The poems are quoted all over town. They are declaimed by young people in the squares and the streets. They are put to music and sung in taverns. They are written in paint and soot on the walls. More and more young people recite them instead of prayers. I want to scream. Can't take this anymore. Well, seems like unrest is growing. Wealth has increased exponentially. By exponentially, I mean by two. Hmm. Mhm. Oh, manipulation went up too. Oh, okay. 21 years old. He can now legally drink in America in 2023. I actually know. Has that changed ever? Like since its first conception? Like I don't know if the drinking age limit has increased or decreased at all. Ooh. All right. Two powerful lords have been struggling for power in Magra for over 2 years now. The new overseer of the province, Gaius Tempest, cannot seem to rein in the obstinate spirit of Archduke. Once again, they blindside me with this fucking name. Archduke Tarquinius Melanidas. Unwilling to accept that he is no longer the overseer of Magra, the Archduke still stubbornly continues to assert his right to rule the province. Most of the Magran gentry who swore allegiance to him generations ago remain loyal to him even now. Gaius Tempest has publicly demanded that the Archduke recognize the Overseer's rule as legitimate. I am the voice and the will of Emperor Uther II in the province of Magra. All lands, deeds, and titles notwithstanding, Archduke Melanidas must obey his sovereign's will and heed his decree. I hereby extend to the Archduke an offer of peace. Should the Archduke cease his insubordination, his land, deeds, and titles shall remain his own. The Archduke's response to the Overseer was openly defiant. Since the days of yore, the land of Magra has belonged to the Melanidas dynasty. We are part of the Empire, and we are the Emperor's loyal servants. However, our dynasty will not stand for such intrusion upon our lawful rights and privileges. Never before has an Archduke been stripped of his right to represent the Emperor's rule in his own province. So do not forget, Sir Overseer, that the highest noble families of Magra have sworn fealty to me alone. Neither the Archduke nor the Overseer will relent, but both are too powerful to be readily disposed of. The bad blood between the two Archnians has festered for far too long, and the common people have begun to pay the price for their strife. Stripped of the Overseer's tax privileges, the Archduke Melanidas has decided to impose his own levy upon the citizens and villagers of Magra. The commoners are now forced to pay taxes twice, first to the Overseer, then to the Archduke. This double burden is too much for the common people of Magra to bear. Many have refused the second tax outright as a lawless measure, but the Imperial Legion, led by young Dorius Otten, is ruthless. Eagerly and without mercy, the Legion soldiers collect the Archduke's due in cities and villages alike. I thought that the Archduke was a good guy. This is kind of bad, you know? Like that's like, I mean, I know that you need the money to like run the city, but if the people are suffering, then you should probably step down. I don't know. I really don't know. Oh well. I'm sure the Archduke has a plan or something. I don't know. The wealth of Magra has decreased. Sorry, one sec. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Uh, Magra is in a state of security, I guess. Interesting. Nothing has changed. Order, discontent, right in the middle. I mean, shit. Power increased by 1, huh? There is still a struggle for power, but, well, it is what it is. A gift for the family. This last year has been an ordeal for your family. The pains taken to be ennobled by the sword, the close attention of the city aristocracy. Fuck. English is such a fucked up language, you know? Like, in any other circumstances, that would be aristocracy. Sorry, anyways, let me get back to it. The pains taken to be ennobled by the sword, the close attention of the city aristocracy, the squabbles between Stefan and Gloria. Tonight, your preoccupied father has gathered the entire family around a table in the backyard. The sun is almost set and there is a soft breeze. But instead of a meal in the open air, you are going to attend a family meeting. In the middle of the table, you see an open gilded box, just full of jewels. Archduke Milanitis himself has bestowed this gift upon us. It is a surprise indeed. I thought you all had a right to know. Father unfolds a letter laying beside the box. Sir Robert Bronte, I bestow this precious box upon you and your family as a symbol of the care with which I treat the people of my province. Pray accept this gift and remember with whom the loyalty of the true nobles of Magra lies. Archduke of Magra, Tarquinius of the Milanitis. Jesus Christ. The family stares in amazement at the jewels sparkling in the last rays of sunshine. It's worth quite a fortune, but the Archduke is fully aware that I am on the side of Prefect Elborn and Overseer Gaius Tempest. Could he really expect our loyalty to be bought so brazenly? On the other hand, the Archduke is not demanding anything of us, and our family has borne a lot of expenses recently. Father, no one is forcing you to side with Milanitis. Who are we in comparison to the Archduke anyway? We must not anger him by refusing his gift. The jewels are certainly welcome. They are worthy of being shared with the best families of Anazote. They will pave our way to the nobility of the sword. Mother shakes her head glumly. Oh, Robert, I have a feeling this gift bodes ill. It may be an impertinence on my part, but I do not want our family to be indebted to the Archduke. Certainly not, accepting gifts from Milanitis. He's infamous for oppressing the commoners and robbing villagers blind with his taxes. This isn't your decision, Gloria. It's a matter of our family's honor and reputation. Please don't start bickering again. Let Alex say what he thinks we should do with this gift. You are the center of attention now. Your vote will be the deciding factor. Oh, that sucks. You can give the Duke the jewels to prominent nobles of gifts. Okay. Ooh. Unfortunate. The only thing I can do now is sell the... Yeah, I can only sell the jewels. What a fucking thing, yo. Jesus. I mean, yeah, not much I can do now. My family relations aren't very good. I have to just sell the jewels. You speak. You insist that the Archduke's jewels should not be declined, but they must not be given away either. Your family treasury needs an infusion of cash. The family's wealth is as important in the eyes of society as its noble reputation. I don't know, Alex. Money comes and goes, but our family honor is here to stay. Incorrect. You're actually horribly wrong. In fact, it's way easier to lose family honor than it is to lose money. You object, reminding him that in our own lifetime, the family has already fallen out of favor and risen again. For the nobles, a family's reputation is just another form of currency. Sorry. I have to mute again. Is there truly nothing more important than money and reputation? Archduke Milanitis is a villain like no other. Our family ought to stay away from him. I literally can't choose anything else. Otherwise, I would agree with you, Gloria. Simmer down, Gloria. I agree with Alex. Let it be so. I'll send a note to the Archduke expressing our humblest gratitude, but I'll also point out that I don't mean to change sides. I still serve my prefect and my overseer. In the meantime, Alex will see to the family coffers. You promptly take the precious box and go inside to start taking an inventory of the jewels. Mother, Gloria, and Nathan follow you with forlorn looks. You sell the jewels and easily amass a considerable sum. Your efforts have now ensured that the family treasure will not run short anytime soon. Okay, what the fuck do we do? Let me look at our family real quick. Sucks. I don't care. Amelia Warren dead. Gregor Bronte dead. Robert Bronte. 0. Flat 0. Mother and Gloria are high. Me. Looking at myself like a moron. Alright. Everyone is just... besides Gloria and Lydia, everybody else is so unbelievably indifferent. Kill yourself. I love that guy. And by love, I mean hate with all my heart. Concerned citizen. You and Sophia have accomplished a lot over the past year. The last straw now consists of half a dozen cells that know nothing about one another. You have several informers gathering rumors and news. Many citizens support your cause and are ready to help. The ranks of the noble society, including honest rebels eager to bring the empire down, as well as thieves and thugs willing to break any law as long as they're paid. As more and more people join your insurgency, rumors begin to spread throughout the city. It will soon become impossible to conceal your existence. The last straw desperately needs a public figurehead. Someone to act as the patron of your secret society. Someone who can justify your existence to the authorities. Can I take a sip of water? Okay. You chose Meyer Egmont. He has earned a fortune and made a name for himself thanks to his silver mines. And now he's the leader of the Mogren Lesser Quorum. What the hell is the Lesser Quorum again? Okay, whatever. Rumor has it, he's eager to get in touch with someone from the underground. If there was ever a time to meet, it is now. Fortunately, you know people who know people, and soon enough you arrange a meeting. An empty warehouse, late at night. All the workers have gone home. A dim light is the only source of light in the spacious facility. Okay. The two of you are alone here, free from prying eyes. Up close, Egmont turns out to be a broad-shouldered, middle-aged man in a pricey frock coat. He wears no jewelry, but his beard and mustache are well-kempt. Only the gray hair at his temples betray his age. He offers you a warm, rough hand. It is the calloused hand of a man who has had to work all his life. You shake it readily. The industrialist offers you a seat at a nearby table. Truth be told, young man, I know your family quite well. I had the honor to be introduced to your grandfather back in the day. Unfortunately, Sir Gregor Bronte wasn't exactly delighted to meet me. But your father, he's a staunch supporter of Elborn. We've often seen eye to eye, he and I. Let's see if you and I can find some common ground too. I'll be frank with you. I know quite a bit about what you're up to here in Anazote. You've built yourself a functioning underground society, and you've done it very quickly, all without getting caught. I'd say you've got an eye for business. But tell me, why are you doing all this? What's your goal? What are you trying to achieve? Please be sincere with me. I'm the last man who wants to see you reported to the secret chancellery. You were prepared for this question. Egmont listens carefully as you give him a short speech of the coming rebellion against the Empire, first in Anazote, then in Magran. When you are done, the industrialist lets out a sigh. Ambitious, determined, but utterly senseless. Let's say you do manage to foment an uprising against the Archduke, against the Overseer, even the Emperor himself. Well, what then? What are your demands? Who do you want to listen to them? If you ever negotiate or make a deal, then with whom will you do it? What about their terms? And what will your relationship with the Empire be like if your revolt succeeds? So far, Alex, I've heard no answers to these questions. To be honest, I'm quite confident that you don't have any answers. But fortunately for you, I do. There's also one self-evident fact I'd like to bring to your attention. Whenever someone discusses authority or power within the Empire, there's one thing that never seems to raise any doubts. Prefects and commanders, magistrates and overseers, they're always nobles. Any position of power, only for the nobles. Landowners, always nobles. Who rules over Anazote? Overseer Tempest? Our Archduke Milanides. No one can say for sure these days. Either way, no matter who they are, nobles rule the city. But a city isn't a castle or a fortress. A city is more than the sum total of its walls and buildings. A city is its people and commoners who work and trade and live there. There always have been and always will be more of us than the nobles. We are the city, Bronte. You've never been to a meeting of the Lesser Quorum, have you? I won't bore you with the details. Let me put it this way. It's the only place where the common estate has the same rights as the nobles. Sure enough, there's arguing, there's contention, there's a fight every time we meet. But as we argue, as we contradict each other, we find a new way, one that takes everybody's interests into account. But unfortunately, right now, the Lesser Quorum only has the authority to discuss issues related to taxation in the province. But if you and I come to an agreement, this will change. I've spent most of my life making the idea of the Quorum a reality, and I swear to you, on my life, that it works. This is the only way to bring something new to the Empire, by giving the commoners and the nobles the same power. Oh. Egmont is shouting now. Egmont is shouting now, his eyes shining with excitement. He's utterly engrossed in his idea, and you feel he actually believes what he says. And here in Magra, we have the chance. We had no way to do this in the past, back when Archduke Milanides was in charge, but now Gaius Tempest represents the Empire's authority in Magra. Tempest still can't find a way to share power with Milanides. He needs all the support he can get, and you and I, we can give him that support. And Alex, are you aware of how Gaius Tempest ended up becoming the overseer of Magra? He was too progressive for the capital and his feral Archnians. He went too far in his attempts to make nobles and commoners equal under imperial law, and he was exiled to Magra for his troubles. Real quick, isn't Gaius Tempest... Gaius Tempest isn't the one that... Okay. Who was the guy that that shut down the college? I don't remember who it was. I wanted to think that it was Gaius, wasn't it? And yet, Gaius Tempest has never abandoned the idea of making the estates equal. He was the one who supported the he was the one supported the okay, I see what happened here. He was the one who have supported the creation of the lesser quorum. He is well disposed towards the lowly estate and tends to listen to reason. We can make him our ally, and our uprising could be the deciding factor. If we can manage to seize control of the city and hang on to it, if we can prove we're able to run Anazote, if the citizens show us their support, then we'll have a lot to offer the overseer. In return for making Anazote a free city, a city-state if you will, governed by the lesser quorum, we'll recognize Gaius Tempest's authority in Magra and support him in the power struggle against the Archduke. If nobles and commoners come to govern a city together, in just a few short years it will become obvious to the entire empire how advantageous this agreement is, and then the old traditions will have no choice but to step aside. I understand that things like this take time, but as you prepare for the revolt, I'll support your underground movement with all the power and funding at my disposal, as long as you say you'll walk towards this future with me. Meyer Eggman lets out an exhausted sigh. Delivering such a fervent speech is no easy task for a man his age. After a moment of quiet, you agree. Yes, you say. This is a future worth fighting for. The last straw will support Eggman's plan. You promise to spread his vision of the free city of Anazote, first among the rebels, then throughout the city, starting immediately. Interesting. There's no choice this time. Weird. What a bold claim. You shake hands. Once the conversation is over, you leave the warehouse and walk back through the dark streets of Anazote. You have made a promise, but what are you actually going to do? Oh, I see. There's a kernel of truth in Meyer Eggman's words. The aged industrialist's plan could actually work. This is no longer just a pointless revolt doomed to fail. Dangerous thoughts have begun running through your mind. Would it be best to abandon the idea of the free city of Anazote and report this meeting to Sir Philippe? What? Get the fuck out of here. Meyer Eggman in jeopardy. With Philippe Alfaro +1. Yeah, no. What the hell? Why the fuck would I sell him out like that? Actually devious. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep it a secret. In your report to Felipe, you claimed that Meyer Eggman was more careful than you expected, and your attempts to come to an agreement with him were unsuccessful. You claimed that the industrialist is putting money into the struggle for commoners' rights, but cleverly disguises it as charity. In the end of your report, you assure Felipe that you will find a way for the secret chancellery to connect Eggman's actions to underground activities and the brewing revolt. However, you cannot do it right now. You expect Felipe to reply with a furious letter, but as days go by, you do not receive a single word from the secret chancellery advisor. The silence feels more menacing than any threat. The secret plot is struck. Wow. Yeah, we are rolling in it. I think we need to increase our reputation next. You join Eggman in his secret plot to start a rebellion in the city. An old friend. Oh wow. Night is falling over Anazote. The stifling heat gives way to an eagerly anticipated freshness. After a day of work, you stroll home at a leisurely pace. You turn down a side street that you have known since you were a little boy. It is as if your legs are acting of their own accord, bringing you to a place of your childhood play, the remnants of the wooden fort. So much has changed since the days when you used to play here with your little friends. Engrossed in your memories, at first you fail to notice that you are not alone here. A tall figure in the uniform of a Legion officer approaches you. You see unruly brown hair and a twinkle in his eye. It's Thomas. Now that's a surprise. Hi, Bronte. Fancy running into you the moment I'm back in town. Your childhood friend puts his arms around you. Our battalion got transferred here recently. We're under the command of the Magva Legion now. I'm keeping the peace and maintaining order in my very own province. Well, why don't we catch up? Let me buy you dinner. We'll have a chat. Remember the old days. Thomas cuts himself short. You suddenly notice how much older he looks. His face has become sharper and rougher, and his eyes are filled with exhaustion rather than their usual mischievous sparkle. I should warn you though, Alex, I ain't the best company nowadays. I've managed to get myself some powerful enemies already. I'm a friend who could taint your good name, so if you'd rather not be seen with me, well, I understand. The smile on his face starts to fade. That's a real thing? Holy shit. Yeah, no. What the fuck? I'm not gonna walk away. Are you out of your mind? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no. Oh shit, but our reputation is going down. Okay, I see. I don't even get the willpower because I already have so much of it. Ah well, whatever the case may or may not be. Reputation is gonna go down to fucking 1. Holy shit. Sorry, one sec. Okay, I'm back. You gave Thomas your hand. You shake hands firmly. So you haven't forgotten your old friend, Bronte. That's the way it ought to be. Well, come on then. You go to a tavern, reminiscing about your childhood antics on this very street along the way. You chose a table in the far corner of the tavern. Thomas offers a bottle of good wine and some food. Give me one sec, actually. Don't worry, I'm not tired yet. Alright, just turning down my AC. Because it was getting a little chilly. And I don't have my humidifier filled with water yet, so... well, not yet, but it's never going to be filled with water, in case you were wondering. You have no idea how much I love this fucking mic. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh yeah, humidifier not filled. Yeah, because I was running late and I didn't want to like delay the stream anymore because it loses atmosphere when the sun rises. Yeah, when the sun rises, my will dwindles, and I realized that. Well, actually, no, never mind. I already took a nap. So, well, nap. Nap. That's sure what we call 5 hours of rest. 5 hours of complete and utter like unconsciousness. Yeah, that's what we call a nap. Okay. Yeah. You talk about your latest case, about your first years back in Anazote. You share family news, your quest to become nobles of the sword, the quarrels between your elder brother and sister, your mother's health. Thomas nods with concern. Sorry, I got spooked by a weird buzzing sound. Like, my room is completely pitch black. I'll let you know that. I don't know, maybe it's just not my eyes are acting up. Like I said before, uh, they are not in the best condition right now. But the doctor simply told me that I can still stream with it, so. I don't know if they meant this extreme though, because this room is pitch black, and I have like 3 monitors around me. Yeah. Sounds like you've had some tough times. Your family has always been different. Mine, on the other hand, is the same as ever. My pa is always in the workshop, and my ma's always doing chores. But look at me. I came home a service-class nobleman, although it didn't bring me much joy anymore. Thomas is suddenly grim. You ask your old friend to share his troubles with you. He quickly glances around the room and lowers his voice. Well, I'm a captain in the Magran Legion now. And who's our commander? His Excellency Dorius Austin. That's right. I serve under this very same Archnean whose toes I stepped on back in Eterna. And you better believe he remembers me. I'm afraid things are gonna end real bad. But hey, I'll figure it out somehow. Don't trouble yourself over it. Apart from that, well, it's the usual service. We impose order in uppity towns and villages, protect the province, that sort of thing. And we run drills all day long, obviously. If only you knew how sick I am of them barracks, Alex. I've thought about starting a family. My mom keeps telling me to find a nice girl to marry. She says it's high time I get hitched. It is completely dark and you are still talking. Finally, Thomas remembers that his parents are waiting for him. You get up from the table, leaving some dirty dishes and quite a few empty bottles behind. On your way out, you catch a glimpse of a nondescript figure following you to the door. As you walk alongside Thomas through your home neighborhood, you keep glancing over your shoulder. The shadow that was following you has disappeared. You reach your street and stop for a while, in the semi-darkness between your family homes, just as you used to all those years ago. Bye, Bronte. I hardly ever come to Anazote these days. Our battalion is always on the march all over the province. But twins willing, we'll see each other again real soon. You advise your friend to safeguard his every life. Oh shit. Oh shit. Actually, this is actually looking kind of bad. I don't know what's gonna happen if I lose my last one. Oh no. I don't know. Oh, maxed out on willpower. Christ. Okay. Mm, mm. You are sitting on a solitary bench. Oh, the gunpowder plot. The gunpowder plot? What the fuck? I thought this was peace times. This is like part one peace times. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, let me look at this. Okay, so it's the Magra. This whole thing is Magra. And Anazote is our city. Okay, good, good, good. Just make. It's even. So I want to raise unrest, but the spy network is whatever. Alright. You are sitting on a solitary bench in a gazebo in the Archduke's garden. Tall lanterns spread their dim glow in the cool evening air. When Gaius Tempest became the overseer of Magra, one of his first edicts granted the commoners entry to the Archduke's garden. At the time, many Magrans saw this gesture as a sign of future change. But unfortunately, the right to visit the Archduke's garden is the only new right the commoners now enjoy by the grace of Overseer Tempest. It does little to ease the burden of double taxation or the need to work the mines without gunpowder. What? Is that a thing? Like, I mean, I know that you use gunpowder. Like, I don't know. I guess the definition of mines come into question. Because, like, when I think mine, I think cave in a mountain. But, like, then again, I think there's also, like, just, like, straight up holes in the ground that are counted as mines. I don't know. What do I really know about that? And how the fuck is double taxation a real thing? Why is what? Why is the Archduke able to just like do whatever the fuck he wants, even though the Empire has already like? I don't get it. I really don't get it. A serpentine stone paved road leads to the gazebo. Many flower beds are nestled in the bends and coils of the elaborate path. In the distance, on the other end of the path, you finally see Sophia's silhouette. She takes a look around and steps over the low fence and walks to you through the flowers. I had trouble finding you here, Bronte. Let's meet in one of the usual places next time. It isn't safe here. You agree? Although you are sick and tired of the stuffy basement rooms and trash-filled ruins where you typically arrange to meet the leaders of the Last Straw cells. Okay, let's get to it. The Last Straw needs gunpowder. We could really use some. If we had gunpowder, we could blow up the Emperor's statue in the Golden Square, or the wall of the city armory. There's all kinds of stuff we could do. What the? Are you a fucking psycho? What? Are you fucking serious, yo? What? Yo, what's going on? Are we gonna talk about that? The thing is, you can't find it anymore. Even owning it is forbidden, thanks to the Overseer. Magran industry has had to swallow a bitter pill and trade their fancy new gunpowder for good old shovels. Except not everybody got rid of it. Lucky for us, right? That new friend of yours, Meyer Egmont, he's a resourceful fellow. He started buying gunpowder by the barrel some 20 years ago to work the mines. They still use it in his mines, but late at night so nobody finds out. How far away are the mines that you can just use gunpowder secretly? Like, that's impressive. There's a warehouse where they keep mountains of that stuff, Bronte. We need to get our hands on this. If we can get Meyer to hand it over on his own, all the better. But if he digs his heels in, we'll just pay the warehouse a visit and grab it. Done deal. What do you say? What the fuck? Yeah, nah, get the hell out of here. Yeah, now we're gonna use the fuck out of this gunpowder. All right. Yep. We have the. Yeah. Okay. So let me just read them down just in case anybody is listening to this without actually watching. Make a deal with Meyer Egmont. A stash of gunpowder. Destiny. Personality. Diplomacy +1. Ooh. Meyer Egmont has every reason to trust you. You are confident you can convince the old industrialist to share some of his gunpowder with the underground. Meyer Egmont's secret plot required. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, good. Good thing we have that. Steal the gunpowder. A stash of gunpowder, Destiny. Valor +1, willpower -5. Required scheming. We sure got a lot of that. Sophia. Okay. So yeah, it just depends on whether we want valor or diplomacy. Wait, valor? Oh. I thought valor was like. I mean, regardless, I don't think either of these matter. Report this to Felipe. Well, we can't do that, but cringe. Reject the idea of gunpowder outright. What the hell? You stay out of this. Your movement will do just fine without gunpowder. Get the fuck out of here. The movement will not do just fine without gunpowder. Get the fuck out of here. No. We're gonna make a deal with Meyer Egmont. Literally, what the hell? Sophia can rest easy. You promised to get her the gunpowder. Alright, Bronte, I'll leave this up to you. You are meeting with Meyer Egmont in several days, for the 4th time this month, in fact. After the deal you struck at the warehouse, you have to maintain utmost secrecy every time. You arrive at the usual meeting place, the Black Bread Tavern. Thick drapes hide your table from prying eyes. Egmont is already there, ready to begin his usual dinner. Roast goose with vegetables and a pitcher of young wine. Young wine, huh? Well, I mean, there's not. I don't think I've ever seen like people prefer young alcohol. But then again, I haven't seen many people prefer alcohol in general. It doesn't get brought up much in media. Not like I watch TV. Interesting. Meyer consumes his food without any obvious pleasure. It must be an old habit after all. Pleasures are forbidden to the communist state. What the fuck? What an insane statement. Wow. Remarkable. Give me one sec, actually. I'm gonna disappear for a second. Well, I'm gonna still be here, but you know what I mean. Bye. Okay. I'm just fixing a little something. Don't mind me. How happens if I turn this up to max? Okay. Uh, that becomes something interesting. But it is a good something. Turn to 50. How about that? Ah, Um, okay. Oh. Okay, I see. Turn it down to maybe 24. All right. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, that's pretty hype. Okay, I'm coming back. Hold on. Here we go. Hi. Hey. Okay. I see. That's actually pretty cool. Why did I neglect that setting? Now my mouth should be a little not strange. Yeah? All right. Meyer consumes his food without any out of displeasure, yada yada yada. You cannot help but imagine grandfather's outrage at seeing such a lavish feast for a lowly man. Okay. All right, that's actually pretty fun. I just imagine he walks into a fucking restaurant and he sees like a common man just eating a feast that he paid for with his own money. It reminds me of that one meme. Yo, bullying is so crazy. How the fuck is you mad that I'm ugly? All right, let's get back to it. After a brief a moment. All right. Okay. Hmm. After a brief exchange of pleasantries, you get down to business. Your people need gunpowder, and you know that Egmont has some. The aging businessman puts down his knife and fork and dabs at his lips with a napkin. His eyes, however, study you intently all the while. How do you know that, Bronte? Who else knows what you have just told me? I trust you, but can I trust your people? You assure Egmont that his secret is safe with you. But sooner or later, the secret chancellery will find out about the illegal use of gunpowder in his mines and exploit it as leverage against him. The industrialist's fingers drum a nervous rhythm on the table. He sighs. You're right, the risk is too big. I suppose I'll have to keep my appetites humble, even if it means closing down several mines. As for your request, I don't think I can agree. Gunpowder will make it obvious that I was involved. I'm not going to ask you how you plan to use the explosives, but you're bound to make some noise. The secret chancellery will take note of it, and then they'll come after me for sure. But you are already plotting a revolt, you tell Egmont. This path leads to the gallows one way or another. If the revolt fails, there is no way to escape execution. The die has been cast. Victory or death. It is too late to be afraid of the Empire now. And when explosions shake the city, your destiny will be decided on the streets, not in the dungeons of the secret chancellery. Are you in 1 sec? I consume water at an insane rate, I tell you. Egmont thinks for several minutes, then finally decides. Very well, Bronte. You speak the truth. This is worth the risk. I'll give you 5 barrels of the powder and get rid with the rest at once. Good luck out there, Bronte. Use this weapon wisely. And be careful with it. Gunpowder is an insidious and unpredictable force. It doesn't care who or what it destroys. A few days later, you transport the barrels to your secret warehouse. No other soul must ever know where you are hiding this perilous cargo. The power of destruction now rests in your hands. You feel excitement and a touch of dread. Ooh, we have gunpowder. Ooh, we have much gunpowder. Ooh, I can't wait to do something with it. Today is a big day for the Bronte family. The day your family line started. The day when you remember all your ancestors. Tonight, everyone who bears the name Bronte must descend into the family crypt to keep vigil by the tombs. This is the time to surrender yourself to your ancestors and hear their will. The entire family prepares for the event in silence. Stefan has chosen his apparel since morning, praying anxiously under his breath all the while. The heir has a special place in the family vigil. Even Mother is planning to go with you, though Father tries to talk her out of it. Lydia, I beg of you, stay home. You're far too weak for an all-night vigil in the crypt. Gloria, would you be so kind as to stay with your mother since you cannot join us anyways? Gloria answers in a muffled voice. As you wish, Sir Bronte. The late Sir Gregor would only be enraged to see Mother there. We all remember how their last encounter ended. Father nods curtly, avoiding Gloria's gaze. But at that moment, your attention is drawn to a noise in the foyer. Nathan staggers through the door, stumbling over his own feet. He reeks of cheap wine and filth. I'm not, late, am I? Everyone gazes at him in consternation. Nathan almost falls into Mother's and Gloria's arms. Distressed, they fuss over him. Stefan eyes his youngest brother coldly. I expected nothing more of you, Nathan. Why even speak of duty to your family when you can't even manage to live by the commoner's lot? Go lie down in the pantry and stay out of our sight. Father, Alex, it's time, let's go. Alongside Father and Stefan, you descend into the family crypt. You cannot help but remember paying your last respects to your grandfather 9 years ago. You light the lamps. Dim, eerie flames illuminate the shrine. In the middle of it stands a magnificent stone tomb containing the long-decayed remains of Gregor Bronte. You take your place around the crypt and kneel. The all-night vigil has begun. At first, your ancestors remain silent. Each of you is left with your own thoughts, and a low murmur passes around you. The shadows in the corners of the room deepen. The voices grow stronger. You know that the ancestors of Gregor Bronte, long-forgotten commoners whom you never knew, are trying to talk to you. But now a memory of them has come to life in the darkness of the crypt. They are pleading for something, demanding it of you, calling out to you, screaming. Finally, you all hear that painfully familiar, deep, imperious voice echo from the far end of the chamber. It's been a long time since I've seen you all. I hope you bear good tidings. All this time I've been waiting for you to fulfill my mission. Remember, as long as I am in your blood, I will give you no peace. I did not have my family ennobled just to see our line cut short. Our blood tide must join the grand flow of the Empire, and then each of my descendants will inherit nobility forever and ever. But I do not see any of you before my tomb. Where are you hiding? Where is the head of our family, the man who will speak to me? Where is the man who will heed my will? Father rises from his knees and makes his way towards grandfather's stone tomb, the source of that booming voice. But Stefan suddenly pushes him out of the way. Father takes an indignant step forward, but Stefan firmly bars the way. Stop it, Stefan. You are my heir, but you are not the head of this family. Father, it is not you that Sir Gregor is addressing. Earning the nobility of the sword is my duty to him. He has long forsaken any hope of seeing you achieve it. You must understand that I am the one who will fulfill that duty. Stefan does not let him pass. Father breathes heavily in anger. You can all but feel the frantic beating of both your hearts resonating somewhere within you. Both your father and brother seem to have forgotten that you are here too. Even the restless voices of your ancestors have grown hush, waiting for the outcome of this confrontation. Side with Father. Unity +1. Willpower -5. Stefan -1. Robert Bronte +1. Ooh. Yeah, nah, fuck that. Yeah, nah, screw that. Stefan is not cooking right now. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna side with father because unity, and I hate Stefan. I hate that guy so goddamn much, yo. Like even without anything, like God, like it can give me like a negative penalty to all my stats, and I probably still would choose it. Yeah, unity is good. I will stick with unity. I will stick with the family. Side with father. You block Stephen's way. Your ponderous voice fills the dark crypt. You demand that your brother step back. The head of your family is your father, Robert Bronte, and so it will be as long as he lives. Could your brother have forgotten that this is part of the noble's lot? To honor and to acknowledge and honor seniority. Holy shit, I butchered the fuck out of that passage. God, what the hell was that? Let me run it back. You block Stefan's way. Your ponderous voice fills the dark crypt. You demand that your brother step back. The head of your family is your father, Robert Bronte, and so it will be as long as he lives. Could your brother have forgotten that it is part of the noble lot to acknowledge and honor seniority? Still not perfect, but whatever. Your father is the man who must hear and accept your ancestors' will. Stefan tries to maintain his composure, but even in the dark, you can see his face twitch. Brother, you do not understand. I'm not defying father's seniority, but I am the man who bears the duty of our grandfather. I cannot remain a mere witness while the future of our blood tide runs through our fingers. You resolutely push your brother to one side. Whether he wants to or not, he will give way to the head of the family. Father catches his breath and approaches grandfather's tomb. So it is you, Robert. Have you come to disappoint me yet again? Stefan is right. I have not put my hopes in you for quite some time. If anyone will lead the Bronte family to glory, it will be my grandson. Stefan clenches his fist and whispers something to himself. I am doing my utmost, father. We are close to becoming nobles of the sword than ever before. The overseer looks upon us with favor. Just a couple more years and our dream will come true. This must be your dream too, Robert. But you still cater to your fondlings, Lydia and Gloria, risking a permanent blemish upon the Bronte name, my name. Dead though I may be, my will lives on. Eat it at last. Get rid of that trollop, Gloria, and devote yourself to your true family. Otherwise, you will lead our family to shame and ruin. Father hesitates for a moment. No, father, this is impossible, even if I must defy your will. I am responsible for Gloria. My honor and my conscience will not allow me to do what you demand. You must accept this, or keep on fighting me for all eternity. The voice of your deceased ancestor fades away. He seems to have left this realm, but then his voice suddenly booms from the other side of the crypt. Stefan, you are the heir of this family. Your duty by blood is to earn us a place in eternity. Do not take after your spineless father. Do what must be done. Cleanse our family of wickedness. Stefan is shivering. He replies in an unsteady voice. But Gloria, I can't. Stefan checks himself. I will do my duty to my family, Sir Gregor. Whatever the price, I will pay it. The crypt is completely silent once more. You are alone again. You see tears glistening on Stefan's face. Without uttering a word, he goes outside. Father clasps his arms firmly around you. You feel him let out a sigh of sorrow and relief. The vigil is over. Unity! There are disagreements, but we are so close to peace. So very close to peace. Our willpower has decreased once more, but it is what it is. The errors of youth. It has been a month since Sophia left the city on Philippe's urgent orders. You have no idea where she went. Until she returns, the last straw has been lying low. You have had to tend to the printing shop all by yourself. Early morning, Father Foude welcomes you to the print shop. He looks like he was asleep for a moment ago himself. He gets up from his makeshift bed of crates and beckons you closer with a finger. Bronte, I've got something to tell you, young man. So I made my rounds last night, so to speak. I stopped by a few flop houses, hit a few taverns, and often dens of iniquity. And I met a young man we can use. Not sure if we can trust him, though. His name is Gustave. He tells me he comes from Eterna, says he's on the run from the secret chancellery. He insists he was with the underground there in the capital, the Lotless, they're called. They were responsible for that march of the collars 4 years back. So Gustave tells me all the Lotless were nabbed by the secret chancellery spooks after their... So Gustave tells me all the Lotless were nabbed by the secret chancellery spooks after their march. He thinks the Anazote underground could be in danger too. The trouble is, that's all he told me. He's not exactly a trusting fellow. I think one of us ought to talk to him. Find out who he is and what he knows. He looks shady if you ask me, but maybe we can use him there. What do you say, young man? You thank Foude for the information. You will think about how to meet with Gustave yourself. Just give me the word, young man, and I'll set it up. Foude bows, stretches, and walks off to the printing presses. You sigh and try to steady the furious beating of your heart. Gustave was one of your trusted angels back in Eterna. If he gets too friendly with the last straw in Anazote, your name will come up eventually. You do not think that Gustave ever found out that the Lotless was established on Philippe's orders. But still, he knows that you were deeply involved in the march. That alone might be enough for him to dismantle your cover story here in Anazote. You need to deal with this problem as quickly as possible. Oh shit. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright. Lure Gustave into a trap. Literally not possible. My reputation will go down to rock bottom. Literally not an option. I can't do that. You decide to turn him into the secret chancellery. Yeah, no, fuck you. Help him escape the city. Wealth will go down, but willpower will go up and scheming will go up. I really don't need any more scheming. Explain yourself to him. Eloquency will go up. The Lotless at large destiny. Oh. Order everyone to lie low. That's just not worth. Like, my spy network just goes down. Like, I guess I'll just have to explain it to him because everything else is so not good. Yeah, I mean, better to have high stats than anything else. If my stats go up, then that's just good. My reputation going down is literally the worst thing that could possibly happen, so I'm just gonna explain myself to him. You will tell Gustave that you saved the Lotless in Eterna from a far worse fate, and offer him a place in the last straw. You came to a decrepit shack by the city wall. Your eyes gradually adjust to the darkness as you step inside. You see dirty drapes hanging over a small window. The floor is rotten and creaky. Gustave is sitting on a wooden crate. He's clutching a small meat cleaver. You greet Gustave with a nod. He grips the handle tighter in response. You show him your palms to prove you are unarmed. How is your old comrade in arms doing? You are happy to see him. Gustave smirks grimly. Yes, right. I know all about you and the Lotless, so don't try to play games with me. What the fuck? Are you mad at me or something? Kill yourself. What the fuck? What the hell? I gotta get out of this city, and you're going to help me do it. Or I'll tell them how young Sir Bronte got the commoners to march back there in the capital. You got a noble family, yeah? They'd be tickled pink, wouldn't they? You ask Gustav to put the weapon down. You have no reason. There is no reason to threaten you. You are here to help. The nervous man considers your words, then slowly puts the cleaver on the floor. You step closer and sit next to him. You tell Gustav that some of the Lotless managed to evade the secret chancellery. Omitting certain details, you name other members who you were able to rescue from the slaughter. For all you know, they could still be fighting the good fight in Eterna. Your struggle against Imperial rule is far from over, you assure him. This is why you came back to Anazote. Keep fighting. But I thought you just ran off, sold us out and disappeared. So, I guess I was wrong? How unsure. Your entire conviction broken. What the fuck? Give me a moment. There we go. Yes, he was wrong. You tell him about the last straw. This is bigger than the march now. You are planning a full-fledged revolt. You are organized and well-trained, and you still need people who are willing to fight for freedom. Okay, there we go. Go. All right. You offer Gustav a job and a place to stay. Will he join you once more? Will he keep fighting? Gustav nods eagerly. There are tears in his eyes. Yes, 1,000 times yes. I was so wrong about you, Alex. I thought I was all alone. I thought the fight was over and we lost. I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me. I'm on your side. Our cause is just. You pat your old friend on the back. You have one more request for him, however. Gustav must never tell a soul about the Lotless, and your and Sophia's part in the march. You do not want the members of the new organization to be discouraged by your past failures. There's no room for error now. Even the slightest mishap can ruin everything. He nods in understanding. Alright, my lips are sealed. I'll never mention the Lotless to you again, or to anyone else for that matter. You shake on it. Ooh, silver tongue. Bronte. You devil. The peace times march on. This chapter is so fucking long, yeah? Conditions met. Yeah, this event is a consequence of your previous actions. Unrest is greater than 5. Stash of gunpowder. Well, let's see. What we gonna do with this gunpowder, baby? The air is chilly. The sun has set. You make your way throughout the city streets. You make your way toward the city walls, avoiding busy streets. There by an old grain warehouse, you have an appointment with Sophia. You wanted to speak to her. She wanted to speak to you face to face. Is she afraid of being overheard? She is already there, leaning on the old wall and smoking her pipe. She greets you with a nod. I'm glad you got here quick. Listen up. We've been in Anazote for a while now. I've seen how you handle things with the last straw. I think I can trust you. What? I read a whole underground... How could you not trust me yet? How do you trust me now? Insanely fucked up, this one. I need gunpowder and I need it now. Wait, hold on. I need to ask you a favor. It's for the last straw, but Felipe can never find out about it. I need gunpowder and I need it now. I led you to the stuff and now I want you to tell me where they're hiding it. You ask Sophia what she needs the gunpowder for. The young woman squints and looks you in the eye. To get people riled up. Start the revolt. Don't expect any details. You know how it goes. The longer the chain, the easier it breaks. You'll find out soon enough. For now, the question is whether you trust me or not. Just give me the gunpowder and keep your trap shut. Think you can handle that? Holy fucking shit! What? Okay. Huh. Okay. So Destiny Sophia has the gunpowder. Wealth of Magra -1, Order -1, Unrest +2, Sophia +1. Or I can refuse. Sophia -1. You tell Sophia where the gunpowder is being kept, or you reply that you cannot give Sophia the gunpowder without knowing that what she is going to do with it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. As much of a big fan I am of Sophia, I really, really don't want her to have gunpowder. Give me a moment. Let me just fix a little something with the sensitivity of my face, that is. Yeah, I'm like just a little discontent in how it is. Alright, wow. Give me a moment, I just need to move my... This is gonna be interesting to fix later. Ow. 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 What if I change this by... Wait, 8? Wow. Now, okay, whoa. Okay. All right. I don't know if that worked. What if I change this to 1? What happens? Okay. It's like oh, I see. Okay. It's been a while since I fizzled with this. But I'm sure it's probably fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure it's fine now. Probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I did have something planned for this. I don't know where I am because I can't see myself on the screen. So we're gonna just there we go. It was just a little off, whatever. But yeah, I have something in the works. If I can get the motivation to do it, because it's going to be a massive undertaking, I tell you. Because I have to do it all myself. I am no artist, but I do have something in the works. I do have something cooking. I have plans in the works that I cannot share with you because the haters will sabotage me. Fuck. Okay. I really... Sophia has been like on a bit of a hot streak. Not a good one. She's been a little off the rails, you know? I really don't think that I should like... I don't think I should give it to her. I don't know. Give me a moment. Oh, hey. Hey, hey, hey. What's up? What's up? Yeah, it's been a while. Welcome, welcome. I am good. I am doing pretty good. Hmm. I'm currently locked in a bit of a hard decision. Hmm. How you been, Vert? Mm-mm. Agree. What a cut and dry answer to this one. Hmm. She's been a little extreme. And just the destiny. I see. I see. Well, I mean, how can I say no to that one? All right, I'll give her the gunpowder. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. All right. Okay. I see. I see. I see. I have sided with a madman. All right. You draw a map on the ground with the tip of your boot. There's a small mountain ridge half an hour to the east of the south gate. There used to be a quarry there. You stashed the gunpowder in one of the tunnels. Hmm. Sophia studies the sketch intently, then wipes it away with her foot. I'm glad to see I was right about you. Thanks. When the time comes, I'll be able to help both of us. Once she has the gunpowder, Sophia wastes no time. Oh, Christ. The first blast detonates in front of the Chancery. The granite the granite statue of Emperor Uther falls from its pedestal and shatters, strewing rubble across the square. Another blast. The walls of the Inquisition ward falls. Several champions of faith are killed. About a dozen apostates manage to escape in the chaos. A third blast. The bridge over the brine near Nzote collapses. A cavern of Archduke Melanidas' tax collectors are lost in the turbulent waters. This is clearly just the beginning. Sophia is not one to rest on our laurels. The overseer is livid. The prefecture raids manufactories and mine orders, but cannot find a single superfluous gunpowder keg. The citizens are agitated. Rumors about the bombers run rampant. Some say they are criminals who escaped from the mines. Others are convinced that witches are behind the explosions. There's also a rumor that the explosions were set off by enemies of the Empire. Oh, fucking hell. Was it worth it? I don't know. Well, shit. I mean, well, we're already here, so it's all right. Is it all right? It's fine. It's fine. Just a little bit of unrest. Just a little destruction. You know. A typical. This is your typical Monday? Holy shit. Just a typical Monday for. Well, shit. This revolution is getting excited. truly one of the Garfield moments of all time. Well, good thing it's a bright and early Tuesday morning for me. Bright and early. But everyone is equally horrified by the deadly, merciless force of gunpowder. It spares no one. All are equal before it. Nobles die in explosions just like commoners and clergymen. The fear that has paralyzed the people begins to erode. The commoners are now armed with weapons capable of destroying an entire army. It does not take them long to come to grips with this. The last straw's ranks continue to swell. Those who had doubts are now free of them. The call for freedom resounds louder and louder on the streets of Anazote. The few powder kegs are enough to shatter the illusion of the Empire's invincibility. Sophia's plan worked. What time do I have now? Right now, it's 3:35. Eastern Standard. Yeah. Hopefully this was worth it. The wealth of Magra is decreasing. Order is also decreasing. But unrest is rising. The people are ready. I mean, shit. Riots! Event has happened. Unrest is great. Stash it. We have given Sophia the gunpowder. She now has access to a stash of gunpowder. I'm fucking terrified of what she's going to do with the rest of this gunpowder. Just a few days into the year, Meyer Egmont, chairman of the Lesser Quorum and owner of several silver mines, made a speech that caused quite a stir in the province. Though a commoner, Egmont had the gall to demand that the Magran authorities both enforce and obey imperial law. What's the use of the imperial law if they aren't enforced as they should be? Even today, all Anazote noblemen who get up on the wrong side of the bed can draw their sword and run a commoner through with impunity. These gentlemen may be our rulers, but does that mean they can defy the Emperor's will? Sir Elborn has been appointed to enforce the rule of law in Magra. How come the prefect doesn't see this? We commoners aren't trying to seize the noble lot and take over the province, but the rule of tradition is a thing of the past. This is the age of justice. We may not be equal in its eyes, but even the nobles and clergy must obey the law. The Magran aristocracy is furious with Egmont and demands that he be silenced. But the rich industrialist has too much money and too many connections to be dealt with so easily. You hear more and more rumors about secret societies and commoners appearing in the city, plotting against noble rule. The gentry fears that Egmont and his peers might be behind this, but they have no proof, at least for now. It's fucking insane. I find it so crazy that, I mean, it must just be like a note of the times, but it's crazy how he gets up on stage, says, hey, how about like the nobles also follow the law and like not just mercilessly kill people because they can? And the nobles are just, who the fuck are you to say so? Yeah. Yeah, there really is no choice in it, I tell you. Yep, that's absolutely right. It's all about stats, all about stats. It sucks that there's no like flexibility in that case, but I mean, I sort of get it. I mean, in real life, if you're not strong enough to do something, then I'm sorry, but you're not doing it. Just like how if you're not eloquent enough. I get it, But I don't want reality in my video game. Give me all of my options. Father Leonard, abbot of the Temple of the Silver Tree and leader of the New Believers, supports Eggman and has spoken publicly in his favor. The twins themselves entrusted the noble estate with the right to rule over the common folk, but rulers must also care for their subjects. The old faith is mistaken. No commoner should ever be forced to suffer. It is for this very reason that the imperial law exists. It is there to ease the people's suffering. May those laws be duly enforced, and may they serve all the people of the empire. Insane. The wealth of Margaret has dwindled once more. And if you don't see the consequences, then most likely you will die already in chapter 3 from hunger, since you fucked up everything. Yeah, I did see that option to just like turn off the ability to see the consequences of your actions. And that was... Woo. Yeah, no thank you. Yeah, that could have absolutely ruined me. We're still in security. Riots! We riot once more. There we go. Switching legs. There we go. Alright. The order is dwindling, and so is the wealth. Your heart is pounding madly in your chest. You gasp desperately for air, paralyzed by fear. The two burly young men have pulled a sack over your head and shoved you into a carriage. Yep, nope, we're getting silenced. It's over. It's fucking over. Sorry, fellas, it's been a good run. True death. Who could have done this? Are they Philippe's men? Members of the Last Straw? Someone else with a grudge against you? Where are they taking you? Can you even hope to survive this day? A chat with the magistrate. I think it could have been, it could be that the magistrate is doing this to us, you know? I think it's men, you know, under the employ of the magistrate. I'm just saying. Absolutely reminds me of the fucking DBZ ending screen. What will happen? Frieza fucking dies. Find out next week and Frieza fucking dies. Where are they taking you? Can you ever hope to survive this day? Yada yada. The carriage comes to a stop. They drag you out, get you on your feet, and force you to walk. You march down long hallways in complete silence. Then at last they sit you on a chair. Get that thing off his head. I can't talk to him like that, can I? I think you actually can. I think you actually... I don't think it's impairing his vision at all. Ears. What the hell? Vision. Of course it's impairing his vision. God damn it. Ah. The hand wrenches the sack off your head. Light stabs into your eyes as you gasp for air. Once your eyes adjust, you see a dining table covered in years of dust. This is a noble mansion, abandoned long ago. The paint is peeling and the glazed gilt trim is cracked and faded. The once magnificent furniture is covered in rust and cobwebs. In the midst of this withered splendor, you see a man who is known to all. The magistrate of Anazote, Sir Remy L. Verman. What is he holding? What is that? Is that just like a ribbon or something? Weird. I suppose you've caught your breath by now? Hey, Bronte? Let's have a little chat, shall we? First, the obvious. I know what you are. I know what you are, and I know who you work for. I know your family. I have the power to ruin you and your father, and everyone else you care about. If anyone ever hears about this conversation, I will crush you before you can blink. Okay, laying it all out very clearly, very early. Okay, what do you want now? But I didn't arrange this meeting just to threaten you. I'm prepared to offer you something. Salvation! A glib smile spreads across El Vermin's face. Now let's move on to the meat of our little tete-a-tete. How do you say that? Tete-a-tete? Tete-a-tete? I don't know. Tete-a-tete? I actually have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm not gonna look it up right now. You're in a real pickle, Bronte. You will never escape Philippe's iron grip. He will continue to use you as long as you remain useful. And the moment your usefulness ends, he will deem you an obstacle and eliminate you. Okay. He is not embellishing anything at all. Hold on. Oh, yep. All right. However, I would like to extend to you an offer of protection. If you help me, I will keep you safe from Philippe and Secret Chancellery. I'm aware of Philippe's scheme to obtain special authority from the Overseer. The old dog is hungry for power, but I have enough on my plate as it is, even with Elborn's prefecture and Egwint's lesser quorum. The Secret Chancellery is supposed to safeguard Imperial rule, but instead, Philippe is playing a game of his own in my city, and Azote does not need another man who treats it like a plaything for acting out his utopian fantasies. This is a disaster waiting to happen. If the Secret Chancellery ever gets discretionary powers, no one will be able to stand in its way, especially commoners like you. So here's the deal, Bronte. You help me rid Anazote of the Lesser Quorum and all the other rebels and rabble-rousers, and I'll save you from Philippe. I already know that Meyer Egmont and his cronies are connected to the secret network, and knowing the Secret Chancellery, I'm quite aware you've made a note of Egmont's every last misdeed. Once you have enough evidence to put good old Meyer behind bars or in a noose, bring me everything you've got on him and the other upstarts. Philippe will be left empty-handed. With Egmont out of the picture, I'll be free to disband the Lesser Quorum and rule the city in peace. Then, I'll finally drive Philippe out of Anazote. Which means you will go free. I will rule as I should, and the city of Anazote will return to normal. No blood will be shed. There will be no more plotting, no more need to pretend. What do you say to that, Bronte? Sorry, boss, but I have a revolution to get to. I don't want you to rule. I want the commoners to rule. So what do we do? Agree to the deal, reputation +1. Made a deal. Yeah, no, fuck that. No, shoot yourself. Hell no. Valor, diplomacy, and reputation. We need reputation at the moment, if I remember correctly, right? I'm consulting my own thoughts. Yeah, I'm just gonna evade the question because reputation goes up. I make no commitments, and I do have the stats and willpower. Yeah, this is just... Why would I just make an enemy for no reason? Yeah, but I'm definitely not making this deal. Yeah, you can go fuck yourself. Hell no. It's gonna evade the question. Actually, I don't know. Would it be better to... I don't actually know. Would it be better to, like, just kill off, like, reducing his relations? There might be a choice that comes up that requires that his relationship be lower. I don't know. But we do need the reputation for the moment. I don't want the family to... Wait, does the family... Does it go down to 0 or negatives? Holy shit, it goes down to 0. Alright, cool. Good. I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna evade the question. Trying to undermine Felipe and the secret chancellery would be suicide. Besides, how do you know the magistrate will not just get rid of you the same once? Hold on, the magistrate, is he a part of the secret chancellery? Are they like... Wait, during this entire thing, was he like also a part of the secret chancellery? I don't know. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. Besides, how do you know the magistrate will not get rid of you just the same once the job is done? Yet the magistrate wields great power. To refuse him would make him into yet another fearsome enemy. You rise to your feet and thank Sir El Verman or Verman? Verman sounds eloquent. I'll give him that one. Sir Verman for his confidence. You are ready to cooperate, you say? But Philippe trusts no one. You are watched at all times. It will take a long time for the magistrate to get the results he wants. The magistrate nods, satisfied with your answer. A wise choice, Bronte. My men will see you out. And don't forget the first part of our little chat. We never met. This never happened. You continue sending the usual reports to Philippe, and from time to time, you send Vermont a vague letter. If the magistrate wants to believe you have agreed to his deal, you see no reason to disappoint him. Your web of lies is growing larger and more convoluted by the day, and perhaps this new connection will come in handy. Yeah, the only thing I really lost was willpower. To deny him outright would be kind of crazy. And I do need a bit, just a teeny tiny bit of... How do I think about it? That like... No, that's fine, probably. I don't know. It's probably fine. Don't worry about whatever I was thinking about. It's unimportant. Unimportant indeed. Okay. Your home has been much more peaceful for the last year. The fights between Stefan and Gloria are not as fierce now. Yeah, okay. So. What else we got? Your home has been much more peaceful for the last year. The fights between Stefan and Gloria are not as fierce now, but how long will this last? Your job takes up all your time. You see your parents and siblings less and less often. Sometimes you don't even know what they're doing while you deal with the constant stream of duties. This morning, you head out on urgent business. You take one step out of the gate and run into a uniformed gendarme. Alex Bronte, your presence is requested at the prefecture dungeon. What the fuck? No way. Alright, listen up. Okay, listen up. I am a print shop owner. And an armed guard has come up to me and asked me and told me that my presence is requested at the prefecture dungeon. I am being arrested. I am either being arrested or I don't even know. What an insane statement to make. Taken aback. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Taken aback, you ask what this is about. We have your brothers Stefan and Nathan Bronte in a cell. Oh, I see. They are arrested last night at the Steiner's Inn. They asked us to send for you. How much authority do I have that they can just... Why do they trust me so much? Like, why is my words holding so much weight in the family? I don't know. I have no idea. Alright. The cells in the prefecture dungeon are cold and damp. Holy shit, that's actually kind of loud. The cells in the prefecture dungeon are cold and damp. The guards lead you to the bars, and behind them you see Nathan huddled in the corner. Your younger brother is unshaven, more disheveled than usual, and reeking of wine and filth. Near the cell you see Stefan grimly sitting in a chair. You guessed that the gendarmes thought it best not to put him in the same cell as his low-born brother. Huh. Upon seeing you, Nathan lets out a whimper and Stefan cracks a bitter smile. The sheath on your brother's belt is empty. There you are at last, Alex. Have a look at your younger brother. Yesterday he got drunk in the company of some dubious fellows. They are commoners, yet they dared to surrender to pleasure. They started to brawl, wrecked the inn, and harassed the waitresses. As soon as I heard, I rushed to save this drunkard from shame. Nathan cowers in the corner, horror-struck. I walked in and demanded that Nathan come with me, but his cronies wouldn't let him go. That's not true. You just grabbed me by the collar and dragged me after you. You nearly suffocated me. Shut your mouth, cur. So, brother, they seem to have some sort of sect. They all shouted defamations against the twin gods, and one of them grabbed me by the arm. I was forced to skewer this heretic with my sword. I hope a lesser death will teach him never to lay his filthy paws on a nobleman. He was just trying to talk to you, Stefan. What a fucking insane. What is Stefan's problem? What the hell is his problem, yo? Silence. Then the gendarmes barged in, and here we are. I've been accused of an unlawful murder. Apparently, the new laws allow killing a commoner only if he attacks first or wields a weapon. They say that in the attempt of an insult, I'm supposed to file a complaint with the prefecture. So now they're gonna seize my sword for a whole year. What a shame. This is all your fault, Nathan. What the fuck is his problem, yo? You just stabbed the guy for no reason. Nathan gives the bars a furious kick. Nathan covers his face and his hands with despair. Alex, brother, you are our only hope. Get me my sword back and get us out of here, and fast. We have to bury this sordid affair as deep as we can before anyone finds out. Save our family from shame. Use your authority. Justice -1. What? Eloquence +1? Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, career and justice. Whatever. I don't care. Okay. Take them to the Inquisition. Out of the priest. Inquisition power. Oh. These are things for other jobs. Blackmail the judge. Ooh, now we're talking, baby. Spy network -1. Diplomacy +1. Stefan and Nathan Bronte +1. Okay. Ask father for help. Reputation will go down. Not what I want. Unity will go down. Not what I want. Refuse to help. That's even worse, actually. I mean, I don't mind if the spy network goes down. Like, who cares? I am starting a revolution. Who gives a shit about the spy network? Blackmailing the judge. Woo. You assure Stefan that you will get them out of this mess. You just need to put a little pressure on a certain person. You approach the gendarmes and ask them which judge had been assigned to the Bronte brothers' case. Sir Carlo. Okay, I'm gonna need to run this through in my mind so that I don't fuck it up. Okay, fuck a grab. Fockagraben? Sir Carlo Fockagraben got the case, sir. I hear he's a man you can reason with, if you catch my drift. Captain? What? Captain, what? Are you like on the side of justice, or are you like captain of the gendarmes gives you a knowing wink. You waste no time and go straight to the print shop. You open a secret compartment and rummage through the papers you have collected over the past year. Denunciation, complaints, reports from spies. You find one concerning Carlo Focagraben. One of the agents got his hands on a letter the judge wrote to a wealthy manufacturer named Meyer Egmont. In it, Focagraben, not too discreetly, demand a bribe from the industrialist. This is just what you needed. With the letter neatly tucked in your inside pocket, you return to the prefecture. Good God. Holy shit. Which rapper is this? This is a fucking rapper. Like, this guy is going to spit a mean bar. Where was him in the Shofu cipher? With the letter neatly tucked in your inside pocket, you return to the yada yada bulky figure in the hallway. Actually, I don't think I read this part. You spot Focagraben's bulky figure in the hallway right away. Well, well, another Bronte, is it? Have you come to plead for your brothers? They've certainly gotten themselves in a bit of a pickle. And to think that their father is an officer of the prefecture. I don't even know how I could help you. You reply by showing Focagraben his own letter in which he demands a bribe. Then you ask Focagraben if he has thought of a way to help the Bronte brothers. The judge raised his eyebrows. I see you aren't quite as simple as one might think. So be it. Your brothers haven't broken the law. A commoner, a heretic no less, dared to assault a born noble and grab his arm. There's no reason for Stefan and Nathan Bronte to be kept in custody. May I have the letter now? You grin and hand the letter to the portly judge. He has already given the orders to the gendarmes. Stefan recovers his confiscated sword and Nathan is let out of the cell. I know I can count on you, Alex. Even though you haven't become a nobleman yourself, you still haven't forgotten our family's honor. The elder brother takes the younger by the scruff of his neck and pulls him to the door. Nathan staggers and shuffles along limply. Back home, Stefan starts lecturing Nathan. From now on, there will be no more drinking bouts or other nocturnal exploits. Who are those rogues you've befriended anyways? Stop shaming this family. If you're so worthless, at least let others go about their business in peace. You understand, you blockhead? Alright. Some of it, like, Nathan has been a bit unruly lately. Nathan remains silent, staring despondently somewhere above him. You manage to conceal the disgraceful occurrence. The city will not find out about the Bronte's shame. At the same time, there appears to be a reason why Focagraben was so easily persuaded to make a deal. The fate of the Bronte brothers was of little concern to him. The fact that someone has access to his personal correspondence certainly piqued his interest. Now the corrupt judge is aware that the numerous spies in Anazate are linked to you. To prevent your entire network from being discovered, you will have to tread even more lightly than before. Received in elite circles. Hey, we're getting up there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but you know, whatever. Freedom of speech. Your print shop has been graced by an unusual visitor today. A short man of considerable age dressed in the brown cassock of a priest. A smile appears on his round face. Good morning, young man. You must be the owner of this splendid print shop. I've heard so much about you and this wonderful place of yours. You ask the visitor his name. What brings him to your print shop? Ah, yes, my apologies. I am Mark. Father Mark. Bond, James Bond. If you will. There is a certain matter I hope you can help me with. I have learned much during my years in this world, but alas, Our time here is short, and like everyone else, I will eventually have to face the ruthless scrutiny of the twins themselves. Switch my legs because one is falling asleep. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay, here we go. All right, all right. Hmm. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Right. I'm out here grinding. All I do is work. All I do is work. All right. Where was I? Time is short, and like everything else, I was okay. Cool. However, I would like the truth that have been revealed to me to live on after I shuffle off this immortal coil, which is why I've come to you. I've written a book, you see, and now I want you to help me print it. I want the largest print run you can possibly manage. Jesus Christ, this is literally John the Baptist. He's literally going to distribute the entire Bible. The old priest is clearly not giving you the full picture. Why has he come here of all places? You see, young man, my teachings are a bit bold for a realm that has endured 1,000 years of the twins' tyranny. I see. Comrade. Even the new faith sees the truths I preach as excessively blasphemous. But your print shop is known for this, shall we say, open-minded approach? I believe that you have the fortitude to appreciate my teachings and courage to accept my order. Alright. Whatever you say. Would Father Mark be so kind as to explain his teachings to you? Another smile, kind-hearted and sly, appears readily on the monk's face. But of course, my son. By the will of the twins, it is my lot to preach. How could I refuse to instruct those in need? This is the kind of fucking statement that precedes just an insane follow-up. Like, I think that this guy is about to... I'm not gay, but gayest statement imaginable. What the hell? What are we doing? Here is the fundamental principle of my doctrine. Our gods are shit. We do not need... What the fuck did I just say? What the fuck did I just say? I fucking knew it. I knew it. They say a tree is known by its fruits. Well, if the twins are a tree, then their fruits are will, love, and law. But their will is arbitrary, their love is cruel, and their law is ruthless. The twins don't know the meaning of the word mercy. All they bring to this world is suffering. Everyone in this world is miserable regardless of their estate or status. And we will continue to be miserable as long as we continue to accept the burden of their divine chains. Alright. Buddy. Like, let's be real, okay? In exchange for the ability to come back to life 3 times, they have asked that commoners just suffer and noblemen rule. And I'm curious, what? I don't think that that's a bad deal per se. I mean, I'm running the revolution, so that truly does say about what I mean by a bad deal. But like, shit, just become a noble then. I mean, just like live by your lot, make some money, and then become a noble. Simple as that, right? Uh, there is only one path to salvation in this world. Reject the twins outright. You and only you must accept responsibility for your own life. Forge your own secular law. Fill your heart with secular love. Exercise your own secular will. Or forget all about the twins. But what about the hereafter, you say? What about the final judgment? Eternal torment at the foot of the pillar? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so eternal torment at the foot of the pillar and never-ending bliss at the peak. Everyone asked me this, and here's what I tell them. What happens to you in the hereafter doesn't matter, because there won't be any you in the hereafter anyways. Well, we will all be dissolved in the twins' own endless will. Out there, on the other side of true death, Father Mark will cease to exist, and so will you, young man. You will have no will. You will make no decisions. You will be incapable of action. In the other words, your life will be over. Your existence ends with your true death. Whatever happens to you after that won't really be happening to you, so who cares? So let's tell all... Holy shit. So let's all tell the twins to take their bullshit law, their bullshit will, and their bullshit love and shove them straight up their divine asses. Let's cast away the yoke of the gods and live our worldly lives free of their despotic, ruthless rule. What the fuck? Alright, I mean, we could print the book in secret. Unrest will rise, and theology will also rise. Unrest is good for us. Report the encounter to Philippe. The church will decrease by 1. That's a thing? Oh, there is a thing there. Okay. I've literally never seen anything influence that. I completely forgot that was a whole thing. Has this image been changing? I don't actually know. Oh well. I can report the encounter to... Okay, so unrest will decrease, spy network will rise, and Philippe Alfaro will rise. Print and disseminate the book yourself. Oh, church will rise by 1. Unrest will rise by 1. Wait, hold on. Is good the new faith or the old faith? So high is the new faith. I mean, to be honest, I don't really care about that. It doesn't matter to me. My wealth and reputation will go down. That's all I need to know. Yeah, nah, fuck that. Oh. I see. Interesting. I mean, shit, I'll just print it in secret. I mean, you're entitled to your own thing, and everything else is just a little not good. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring in your secret. It would be better if I could, like, do this one. Because reputation is reputation. Unity is also good. But, well, it is what it is. I'm just going to have to print the book in secret. To reject the twins is to deny their law, their will, and their love. To reject the twins is to deny that their empire is blessed and absolute. To reject the twins is to deny that the Tempests are chosen by the gods themselves to rule. If these teachings begin to spread, there will be unrest the likes of which the province has never seen since the emergence of the new faith. You accept Father Mark's manuscript and promise to print the book as requested. You only have one condition: complete and total secrecy. No one must ever learn of your arrangement. Most certainly, young man. The years have taught me anything. It's how to know when to preach loudly and when to stay quiet. You get to work. You ensure that all goes well. You do most of the work alone. Only sometimes you ask your employees for help. And even then you make sure they never work on the book long enough to glean its true nature. Okay, wait. Can you really run a print shop by yourself? I mean, I guess printing multiple books is different. But like to print one book, how long does it take to print one book out of a printing press? After a month of work, Father Marx's print run is done. Oh, a month of work. Okay, there it is. It just takes a really, really long time because you're doing it mostly by yourself. My thanks, young man. I hope my servant has found a place in your heart. Do not waste your worldly life in vain. It's too short. Only here in this life can we truly change anything. Only here can we truly feel alive. Be bold, be audacious. Every single one of us is doomed. So do not fear the wrath of the mighty and live free of their chains. Set yourself free and live every day as though it were your last. You may have helped propel Father Marx's teaching into the future. These thin little volumes in sheathed leather bindings will spread across the empire like wildfire. You have placed another bundle of kindling into the bonfire. One day, sooner or later, it will catch fire. And shit, I don't give a fuck about theology. I think. Sound and fury. This event is a consequence of your previous actions. Well then. Unrest is greater than 8. Well then, let's see. Riots in Anazote are reaching boiling point. The disgruntled crowds that took to the streets 2 days ago are protesting night and day. The pavement is littered with rubble and broken glass. Yeah, nah, these guys are going in. Yeah, they're absolutely going in. It's impossible to deny that you had a hand into this. The Last Straw has spent years helping the common folk of Anazote realize that they have the right to make their voice heard. Any attempt to silence that voice has led to paroxysms of rage among the people. The Lesser Quorum petitioned Gaius Tempest 3 days ago. The petition asked the Overseer to suspend the nobility's ancient right to be exempt from taxes. This would ease the burden of the poor common folk. But the petition never reached the Overseer. Several furious nobles barged in while the quorum was still in session. It all ended in bloodshed. The next day, the commoners took to the streets. They demand that the Overseer adopt the quorum's proposal at once. They have clamored tirelessly for the nobles' despotism to be punished for 2 days now. The authorities remain silent. The city is on a verge of a revolt. I need you to deal with this at once, Bronte. Stop this madness by any means necessary. If these disturbances go too far, noble blood could be spilt. We can't let this happen. But how are you supposed to stop the crowd? And for that matter, should you? Okay, we can bribe the leaders of the revolt. Unrest will decrease. Our wealth will go down too. Manipulation will rise. Threaten the Lesser Quorum. Unrest will decrease again. Spy network will also decrease. Or I can take control of the disturbances. Oh man. Tisk. What is there to do? I unlock all of these. Ooh. But order will go down and unrest will rise. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take control of the disturbances. Yeah, you can go fuck yourselves. No reason why I should let the unrest die out. Like, come on now. Absolutely taking control of the disturbances. Mm-mm-mm-mm. The only way to avoid bloodshed is to take charge of the disturbances yourself. Finding the ringleader of the protests proved to be a simple task. Excited by your offer of support, they are eager to talk to you. The meetings take place at night. The dim candlelight casts shadows on their worn faces. You see an ancient-looking woman in a moth-eaten silk garment, a stout middle-aged woman, a gray-eyed old man wearing the white tunic of a new faith priest. You ask them whether they understand that a massacre is about to happen. All the nobles need is a single attack by the commoners, and the overseer will sick the legion on them. Yeah, you're right. None of us want bloodshed, but what are we supposed to do if they won't listen to us? What are you suggesting? The commoners already live their lives buried beneath the staggering burden of their lot. The nobility rules over them without realizing how dependent they are on their own subordinates. There is a way to remind them of this, and it will not require any bloodshed. All the commoners need to do is stop working. If the peasants do not take to the fields, the merchants do not open their shops, the miners abandon their pickaxes, the nobles will have to suffer along with them. It will not take them long to see that the province is on the brink of ruin. The overseer will have no choice but to relent. They ponder your words. Are you suggesting that we lose what little income we have left? Our children are already starving as it is. Exactly. People already earn a pathetic pittance for their back-breaking labor. The overseer ignores the lesser quorum's plea. Many will not survive the winter. It is a frightening proposition, but it will be worth it. They'll need time to persuade the others, but we'll try. The next day, the city comes to a standstill. Commoners of Anazote, including those who did not dare to take to the streets, refuse to work until the overseer hears them out. The streets are buried in sand. The shops are closed. The factories are empty. The unplowed fields are choked with weeds. Many nobles resort to force in an attempt to make their servants return to work, but the common folk dutifully accept their punishment without resuming their labor. The overseer Tempest refuses to send a legion against the people who are not even attempting to arm themselves. Confronted by their own helplessness, the nobles ask the clergy for aid. To their surprise, the priests of the noble faith led by Abbot Lenart support the common folk. The people of Anazote who have chosen labor as their lot must be justly remunerated for it rather than extorted by taxation and left penniless. What kind of obedience can you expect from starving people? Expect. Only a week passes before the nobles of Anazote are ready to negotiate with the lesser quorum. The petition finally reaches the overseer. Magistrate El Vermon has the honor of announcing the response. His Grace Gaius Tempest has learned of the hardships of his people. Now hear his will. An appeal from the people of Magre has reached my ears. The misery of the lowborn is great indeed, and an honorable governor must support his subjects. I hereby command the nobles of Anazote to pay taxes to the treasury of Magra for the next year. During that same year, the taxes of the lowly estate shall be halved. Let's go! We are cooking up something fierce tonight. You return home to find father bent over his ledger. The nobleman of the mantle, he will be one of the first to pay the new tax. I mean, we're pretty wealthy right now. This is the first real victory the people have ever achieved. It may not be a revolt, but it demonstrates that the citizens of Anazote are ready to fight for their futures. In your note to Philippe, you remark that you have avoided bloodshed just as the advisor wanted. Just like you wanted, fucko. And here it is, riots and mayhem. Well, we're still affluent. And my scheming is finally maxed out. Well then, it's time. Seize the means of production. Magra has received alarming news from the neighboring province of Illyria. The low-born convicts toiling in the Illyrian mines have revolted against their noble masters. For the first time in many long, peaceful years, commoners have taken up arms. Worse yet, the insurgents had guns and gunpowder, and no one knows how they got them. Gunpowder weapons were banned throughout the empire as soon as they were invented. The lords deemed firearms dishonorable and unfit for the nobles. Even legion soldiers are forbidden from using them. But now gunshots were echoing through the mutinous Illyrian mines. The Imperial Legion was deployed to quell the riots. The legionnaires slaughtered the rebels without mercy, and the uprising choked to death on its own blood before it had even begun. The south of Illyria is now a forest of gallows. Convicts' corpses were left swaying in the wind as a warning to any commoner who might dare to take up arms. Although the rebellion quickly succumbed to the Imperial military's onslaught, many Legion soldiers and officers were slain by the insurgents' firearms. Their steel armor has no match for bullets. The rioters' weapons were destroyed in a public ceremony, but no one knows who built or smuggled them into the mines. All Imperial overseers soon issued public reminders in their provinces. The punishment for owning a gunpowder weapon is true death by execution. But the Empire is still restless, still anxious. Somehow, guns found their way into commoners' hands, if only for a short time. Could gunpowder and lead be one day endanger the old ways of the Empire? Authority of Magra fear that unrest will soon spill over here. Due to the double tax, peasant farmers and industrial manufactories are facing harsh times. The province's wealth is steadily declining, but the discontent of the commoners is still held back by the eternal lot that demand they accept their suffering. Hiccups. Alright, give me a sec. There you go. The wealth of Magra has decreased once more. Try to keep it in that sweet spot. Peace times end soon. Examine possible chapter endings to check which way you're headed. To achieve the goal that you've chosen, you'll have to meet all of its conditions at the end of the chapter. I have the free city. I don't know. I want to check them all. It's been 4 years since Archduke Milanitis and Overseer Tempest first. First clashed. Each claims the right to collect taxes in the province. Now, for the 3rd year in a row, they are each collecting their own tax. God damn it. Now, for the 3rd year in a row, they're each collecting their own tax, and the province is sinking deeper into poverty. People who have been hit the hardest are miners, diggers, and anyone who owns or manages a mine. When gunpowder first appeared in Magra, mine workers felt hope for a better future for the first time in years, but the ban soon followed and those hopes died. People have lost their jobs, industrialists and manufacturers have lost their fortunes. The silver industry is in decline. Lesser Quorum, led by Meyer Eggman, had been fighting to stop double taxation and reverse the ban on gunpowder for a long time now, but to no avail. The common people blame Magistrate El Verman. He has supported the gunpowder ban from the very beginning, branding it too dangerous to be handled by commoners. This friction is throwing sparks everywhere. You have always known that unrest would flare up one day. But oddly enough, it all begins with a celebration. It is early in the morning. You're eating breakfast with your family. Stefan is excited. Your brother has been invited to a ball at Chancellery, and he has been getting ready ever since he woke up. Magistrate Elvermon is a sly man, Stefan. I'd be wary of him if I were you. Some friends in high places can take more than they give. Enough, father, I know that. But if we ever want to be ennobled by the sword, we need to take advantage of every opportunity that presents itself. There will be nobles of the highest rank there from all over the province. Besides, there's no risk in making Elvermon's acquaintance. Their conversation continues. Bored, you excuse yourself and go to the print shop. An ordinary day of work is followed by an ordinary evening. You're about to close up shop for the night when Alita arrives unexpectedly. She brings a letter. It's an urgent report from Sophia. You glance through it hurriedly. The handwriting is not Sophia's. Felipe has taken a great risk by writing to you under a false name, which means that this news is too urgent for caution. Our informers with Egmont's goons have warned us about a march tomorrow morning. There's trouble brewing. Miners, diggers, and even miners are involved. They're coming from all over the province to demand that Elvermon lift the gunpowder ban. I mean, how could they lift the gunpowder ban when, like, just like last week, commoners were like shooting people? This march has Egmont's name all over it. It's supposed to be peaceful, no bloodshed. Apparently, the miners think Elvermon won't have the guts to use force, so he'll have to listen to their demands. Their plan is to show up during the magistrate's party. They're mad because he's throwing money around while they're all starving. There are several hundred workers coming, and they're fired up. You should get there early tomorrow morning. You have the night to get ready. Let's hope you know how to put this intel to good use. You burn the letter in the flame of a candle. As the paper turns to ash, you weigh your options. Egmont wants the protest to be peaceful, but will he be able to keep the angry miners from crossing the line? And Stefan will be at that damn party of his. This complicates matters. Either way, Felipe is right. You cannot ignore this. What will you do during this unexpected protest? You can either incite a full-fledged riot, order will be reduced, unrest will rise. I will fucking die. No thanks. I'm sorry, but no. I'm not dying anymore. This is getting too interested to just fucking die. Okay, how about this? Recruit protesters to the last straw. The wealth of Magru will rise, unrest will decrease, spy network will increase, manipulation and elegance will rise. Profit from the havoc. Wealth will increase, spy network will decrease, wealth will rise, scheming and diplomacy will rise. I can alert Elvermon. Order will rise, unrest will decline, unity and reputation will rise. Stefan and Remy. Huh. Last straw, you revealed a full. Yeah, that's literally not an option. I can't incite a full-fledged riot because I don't want to die. And it's for like stats that I already like have almost maxed out. This is simply not worth it. Recruiting protesters. The unrest will decrease by 1, but like it's still at fucking 9. It's still at 9, okay? The profit from the havoc. Or I can alert. This is just kind of like choosing, because all of the stats for these 3 are fine. The stats from these 3 are all like good. The unrest will go down by 1, but it's already at fucking 10. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be other options to increase the unrest. Or I can just alert El Vermont. That means I rescue Stefan from the trap. I don't really want to side with Stefan, but like unity and reputation. That's kind of good. Order, who cares? I don't care about the order. If I were to make a choice purely from stats, I would choose Alert or El Vermont. Or I can increase the wealth of Magra. But what do I care about the wealth of Magra? I mean, shit, in both of these, our wealth will go up to 10. But what if I profit from the havoc? Profit from the havoc. Spy network will decline once more. Well, I mean, I really don't want to side with Stefan, so I'm just gonna let go with profit from the havoc. I don't really care much. I don't really want the spy network to go up any higher. Yeah, I can just go fuck off. Yep, we're gonna profit, baby. We're going to make some cash off of this bad boy. The unexpected march will be a perfect distraction for the gendarmes and the Legion soldiers garrisoned in the city. A chance like this does not come along every day. You cannot ask for a better opportunity for a big score. You ask Alita to find Moss for you. Fast. Oliver arrives even faster. Who is this, actually? Oliver Moss. Who the hell are you? Hired goons of great skill who work for Lestra. Yeah, this guy looks menacing. Love that. You are going to need a number of the Lestra members for this. People who do not mind getting their hands dirty. You need to be ready by tomorrow morning. They're going to rob noble mansions blind while the miners are busy raising a ruckus at the Chancery building. And I suppose Sophia doesn't have to know about this, eh? How's about Sir Felipe, boss? Good question. You are not a greedy man. You are willing to divvy up the profits fair and square. Oliver lets off a chuckle. A man in our line of work never misses a chance for some coin. It's a deal then. The two of you spend the rest of the night planning the robberies. This will be a fast smash and grab operation. You will not have much time. Stefan mentioned a great many names last night, I guess. Stefan mentioned a great many names last night. So you know each and every noble family that will be attending the magistrate's ball. You expect your servants to have the day off for the occasion, so you should not encounter any resistance. Once everything is planned and ready, you go to bed but cannot sleep. As the sun rises, you head to the north gate to watch Eggman's march from a safe distance. The miners are dressed in rags covered in soot and coal dust, hitting buckets with shovels and pickaxes with every step. The rhythm is as loud as it is chaotic. The miners are led by mine owners and industrialists, who are in turn led by Meyer Eggman himself. His voice can be heard above the incessant din of metal on metal. Give us back our gunpowder! Give us back our lives! If you want coal and silver, give us back our gunpowder! The entire procession repeats after him, hundreds of voices chanting in unison. The people of Anazote echo their refrain from the windows. Occasionally, a gendarme finds himself in their path and scurries away. The thousands of protesters soon approach the Chancery building. The ball is cut short. Unable to flee the celebration in time, most of the nobles are trapped, surrounded by chanting miners. Stefan is somewhere among them. Caught by surprise, the magistrate barely manages to alert the city gendarmes. Their numbers are too small to disperse a mob this size, but the Anazote Legion garrison will appear any moment now. This is no time to be careless. Sensing its strength, the mob continues to chant and bang on buckets without any fear of the gendarmes. Amid the metallic cacophony, Eggman's words repeat again and again. Bring us back our gunpowder. Bring us back our lives. You want coal and silver? Bring back our gunpowder. Eggman clambers onto a makeshift podium. Workers of Magra, our so-called protectors are having a feast today. Let them see you with their own eyes. Let them hear you with their own ears. You are the people who harvest the lifeblood of our province day and night in the darkness of the mines. You are the people hiding from the light of day. You are the people who earn riches for our masters. The chant is deafening. Pickaxes and shovels clang against metal. This is the moment of truth. Either El Vermont concedes or there will be blood. To the magistrate's credit, he has the composure to face the people himself. The crowd goes quiet for him to speak. I understand your plight, but I will never accept such lawlessness in my city. Leave Anazote immediately before the gendarmes and legion force you out. Holy shit. The gonads on this guy. The crowd murmurs in discontent. The people are on the verge of a riot. The magistrate feels it too. He raises his hands. However, I cannot promise you an end to the ban, but I'm willing to procure grain and food with my own funds and distribute these supplies to anyone in need. This is a pittance, an insignificant handout designed to keep the people calm. But it's all they can hope for as long as the nobles remain in power. Judging from Eggman's face, he understands this too. Magistrate, we accept your offer. We are leaving for the warehouses and we expect the food wagons to arrive there by tomorrow. Once the miners have their supplies, they will leave the city. The mob disperses. Some leave feeling victorious, invigorated by the triumph of justice. Others, however, walk away feeling dejected and powerless. Moss arrives at the print shop in the evening and places a hefty pouch in front of you. We got a pretty good take. A few of the boys got too greedy. The gendarmes got them. But don't you worry. They don't know much, so there ain't no problem. We just gotta find some new dopes to replace them. The glint of gold and silver calms your nerves. The shouting mob and Eggman's bitter cries seem even more distant now. Even when history has happened before. It is always important to look out for number one. It's getting upon that time, okay? It is getting upon that time. Okay. Spy network is failing. Oh, in a treacherous position. Not quite failing yet. Wealth has risen exponentially. Ah, diplomacy rises once more. Most important discussion. Cares. Sound of thunder. Spy network is less than 2. I think that having the spy network like completely fail would be a little bad. Late one night, you send all the print shop employees home. Philippe Alfaro wishes to see you in person tonight. You sit behind your desk, anxiously attentive to every sound. You hear quiet stomping outside. Several men enters the room, led by Moss. Hello there, Alex. They are all without a doubt armed. They stop at the door. You hear a cane tapping on the floor as Philippe walks in. He sits at your desk and squints at you without saying a word. So, Bronte, how's our spy network doing? You open your mouth, but the advisor cuts you short. His voice is utterly hostile. Why aren't you getting any results? You think you can fool me? Or are you just too stupid to be entrusted with such a crucial mission? How can I explain your ineptitude, Bronte? Betrayal or idiocy? Don't you understand that your job is the only thing you should be doing? Don't you see how important it is? I'm standing on the brink of chaos and it's about to consume us all. The safety of the Empire depends on the intelligence you're supposed to be gathering. I trust you, and what do I get in return? Idleness and wasted time? Either you're dragging your feet on purpose, or you're too witless and sluggish to obey my orders. I have no use for traitors or fools. Was I wrong to believe Sophia? Should I just dispose of you and find someone who can do it better? You either beg for forgiveness, fucking die. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, you ask the advisor to forgive your failure, but you will straight up fucking die. Straight up, without a doubt, you will die. Okay. You will use all the last straw's resources to gather the information Philippe needs. Unrest will decrease by 2. Spy network will increase by... Well, decrease by... Unrest will decrease by 2. Spy network will increase by 2. Scheming will rise, but my willpower will drop. Still gonna have 10 after it. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, we really don't have to worry about willpower right now. Or we can lie to Felipe. No intrinsic merit. Sorry. It's minus 10 willpower for +1 manipulation. Get the fuck out of here. Come on now. Yeah, I think the spy network still has merit. So I'm gonna promise quick results this time around. It's not quite the true rebel way, but sometimes you have to make small sacrifices, okay? Promising quick results. Fine. You assure the advisor that this will never happen again. You will see. Oh. You will use all the resources of the secret society to gather valuable information and recruit informants. The results will be presented to Sir Felipe in a matter of days. For your sake, Bronte, I hope that turns out to be true. This is your last chance. If you fail to provide me with interesting information very soon, I will conclude that your service and your life are of no further use to me. Sorry. Sneeze. Felipe arises and nods to his men. On his way out, he whispers something in Oliver's ears, then leaves the print shop with the others. You and Moss remain inside. The thug smiles amicably. I've been instructed to observe your progress, Alex. You don't want to disappoint Sir Advisor yet, do you, boss? You spend the next few days and sleepless nights gathering information for Felipe. The only way to do this quickly is to sacrifice a part of the last straw. You were planning to use these people to keep tabs on unrest in the city, but now, unbeknownst to themselves, they have become new threads in your spy network. Before long, new reports land on the advisor's desk. Leaders of political salons, members of the Communist Party in the Lesser Quorum, noblemen who are critical of the authorities, they all find themselves under Felipe Elfero's keen eye. Many of them are promptly arrested by the Secret Chancellery. Some are exiled. Others are to be executed for plotting a rebellion. They are all friends, colleagues, or relatives of Last Straw members. Your society is consumed by desperation and panic. I don't want to believe it, but there's no other explanation. There's a mole in the Last Straw. We need to find the traitor. You nod. Sooner or later, the mole will give himself away. Shit. That was one of the harder choices, I tell you. It's a small betrayal, but man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, it is what it is. We do what we can with what we have. A family of means, so long as the family is not in ruin and the wealth has reached 10. Well, let's see what we got. Over the past few years, your family has grown wealthy beyond imagination. Whatever money you had, you took great care of and made more, all thanks to your uncanny aptitude for profit. The word hardship is long forgotten at home. Whatever luxury you crave, you can afford it. The entire city knows that the Bronte family is an affluent one. It is late in the evening on a sultry summer day that the sun has set, but the heat still lingers in the garden. Father slowly measures the porch with his steps, striding from one corner to the other. My son, look how we've prospered. If you ask me, we Brontes have grown too used to our humble way of life. We don't have to be thrifty anymore. Let's invest our wealth in the family. We won't run out of money anytime soon. We've done so much to ensure our prosperity, son. It's only fair for you to decide where we should invest our fortune. You cast a glance over the family estate thinking, how will you spend your wealth? Invest in the house. A family of means, Destiny. Unity +1, wealth -2, willpower +5. Host a gala. So long as you're not branded by dishonor? Is that it? Give me one sec, sorry. Alright. I don't know what branded by dishonor is. Because I don't really read the destinies. Wealth will go down by 2. To be honest, whatever wealth going down, I don't care. Oh. I see. Ho ho ho. Invest in the family. Unity +1. Wealth -2. Willpower +5. A family of means. Okay, so you can either... It's time for your family estate gets the maintenance it deserves. Unity is pretty high right now. Reputation... I just don't think... We could host a gala. We do need the reputation. And we kind of do need to, like, replenish our willpower stores. I mean, shit, we're not blinded by dishonor, so we can afford it. All the stats. It literally increases every single stat by 1. But it's really not that worth it. I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it. Like, all of the stats that I give a shit about are at the level that I want them to be. Unless, like, having manipulation at 20 is going to be something interesting. I'll give it some... Actually, I'm just going to host the gala. Reputation is low. May as well just increase it. It is time the noble families of Anazote learn the extent of the Bronte's prosperity. You suggest to father that the family should host a grand party for the entire city. At last, you have the money to afford a luxurious gala that will satisfy even the most demanding tastes. A gala of our own? Excellent idea, my son. Money comes and go, but the memory of a great gala will endure. And so you begin the preparations. Money and effort are no object. Soon, the most esteemed nobles of Anazote receive the invitations. Marvels of calligraphy on delicate perfume paper. Your family estate is too small and humble to provide for every guest, so you rent a country manor from an old noble dynasty and hire an army of servants to whip it into shape, prepare the feast, and serve the guests. The gala is immaculate, splendid, perfect. With a smile, you watch the city's nobles dazzled and awed by your work. All this majesty afforded by a humble family of the mantle. The night ends with your pride and joy, a marvelous colorful fireworks display, and illuminates the skies above Anazote like a miracle. Father was right. The gala will not soon be forgotten by the city of Anazote. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Lavish lifestyle. A family of means. The Bronte family becomes known throughout the city for its wealth. Whoa. And such it is. The The procession of the tree. A holy day is coming, a day when the entire empire thanks the twins for the silver tree, the sign they left behind as a reminder of their eternal presence in the world. This momentous occasion is especially important for Anazote. The clergy cannot agree on how best to celebrate it. Father Leonard has called for all worshippers of the twins to approach the temple of the silver tree and kneel before the sacred relic. But the old clergy balks at the idea of Leonard and the new believers leading the ritual. The day has come. An immense crowd is moving in a procession towards the temple near the silver tree, where Father Leonard awaits. But an Inquisitor by the name of Jean stands in their way. She strikes a defiant pose. Confronted by a member of the Holy Order of the Inquisition, the procession reluctantly stops. Jean. I remember that name, but who the hell is it? Who is Jean? I can't click on those right now. It's an Inquisitor by the name of Jean. Oh, I think I remember her. I think like from way back in like I think the childhood chapter. Or whatever's after that. I don't know, when he was like 10 or something. He went on his field trip to the silver tree. Yeah. That was I don't know. People, turn back. Those who attend Leonard's rite will succumb to the new faith. Those who reject the lots will defy their divine design. You're about to bring the wrath of gods down upon us all. Open your eyes, go back to your homes and pray to the twins. Oh, I see. That's why I hate you. Tisk. The procession wants to move, but the people are confused until Father Leonard himself walks out of the temple to meet Jean face to face. People of Anazote, no one has the right to deny you the sacred ritual of worshipping at the tree, not even the Inquisition. Is such a denial not most likely to provoke the wrath of the twins? The Inquisition must know that the new faith does not seek to challenge or defy the twins. We are merely trying to correct the mistakes of those who came before us. We do not anger the twins. We merely vex those who refuse to accept the dawn of a new age. Jean finds herself between a rock and a hard place. Seeing that she has no other choice, she lets the procession pass. The new faith's numbers have swelled of late. It cannot be stopped now. So the schism slowly and surely moves back into faith in the way of the new faith. The Festival of the Silver Tree. Today is an important holiday. The entire empire is celebrating the Festival of the Silver Tree, which commemorates the parting gift of the twin gods, the divine sapling they planted in our mortal world in the middle of Anazote. The families of the city spend the day in peace and quiet, contemplating the divine roots that join together all people, their bloodlines, and the entire empire. Mother always oversees this holiday. The day before the festival, she seems to have shaken off her usual apathy and engaged in the preparations with excitement. It was as though her illness has loosened its grip. Mother gathers the entire family for the holiday meal. Father is in high spirits today, sharing jokes with you and Nathan. Stefan is trying to suppress an atypical aggression. Fuck you, bro. Can't you just like be happy for once? Just chill out. Gloria is the last to join you at the table. She is wearing new breeches and with high stockings and a yellow vest. Yeah? Gloria, you're wearing men's clothing again? This really ain't the first time, bud. No, mother, I'm wearing clothes women are forbidden to wear. What? That includes men's clothing. You won't believe it. Father gives Gloria a stern look. Stefan rolls his eyes and says nothing. Suddenly, Nathan speaks up. A few days ago in the market, I saw a grocer dressed as Overseer Gaius Tempest. He had a huge carrot for a scepter. How huge we talking? What? It was that big? Huh. He got a sound drubbing, of course, but until then, it was quite a hoot. Everyone laughs at the ridiculous story, relieved. Even Gloria has a smile on her face when she sits down. The feast commences. Your home finally feels warm for a moment. It wasn't so long ago the four of you couldn't even reach up to this table. The first word you said, Gloria, was gimme. Nathan used to cling to my skirt all the time, almost tearing it. And you, Alex, you couldn't talk at all yet, but your piercing stare was so expressive, it felt as if you were talking to me. I was gonna tell her. My eyes jiggle a lot. Give me a second. Sorry. Oh wait, no, look at those. Don't look at those. Okay. Okay. I'm still here, by the way. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have to compensate for bad tracking with an incessant just obsession with my settings. I'm still here. Still here. Holy shit, I have physics settings? Yeah, those are not calibrated. Hell no. Okay. Cool. All good. Sorry. Whoa. Okay. All right. She's. I'm awakening to new settings that I should have looked at way earlier. I tell you what. This is insane. It's almost like my tracking is good. It wasn't so long ago. The four of you couldn't even reach out. Yada yada. I already read this. Mother looks at Stefan and suddenly grows quiet. I think I was gonna make a bit. Yeah, we were talking to you with our eyes, and with our choices, and with our options that were given to us by God. Mother looks at Stefan and suddenly grows quiet. When I met Stefan, he was already 3 years old. He was so serious and a smooth talker to boot. I remember that he had a music teacher, but he was too shy to play in front of me, so I used to listen from the next room. Stefan's face twitches. Your elder brother rises and moves to the old harpsichord. His fingers fly gracefully over the keys. A melody fills the house, melancholy and sweet. The last note lingers in the air, then silence falls. The family is awestruck. Words fail you all. Who wrote that? A noble from the capital between drinking a glass of wine and beating a servant? Holy shit! Alright, this time, that was a little fucked up. Just this once, okay? I'm not gonna say that, like, I'm not gonna say that Stefan is like a good guy or anything, but that was fucked. Like, bro was just trying to impress his mother. Goodness gracious. Your sister's cutting remarks put an end to the warm, cozy atmosphere. Stefan calmly turns to face her. No, it was I who composed this piece of music. It is called Mother. Maybe we were wrong about Stefan. I fucking, oh shit, I peeked my mic, hold on. I'm sorry. Alright, I turned it down. Maybe it was a little fucked up how we were treating Stefan, okay? I don't think that he's like the perfect person or anything like that. But like, come on. It's pretty nice. Mother rises to her feet. She would have needed help to do this just recently, but now she treads unassisted towards Stefan and draws him close. Stefan puts his arms around his stepmother's waist and detaches himself awkwardly. May the twin gods bless you, Lydia. Gloria considers this scene with thinly veiled fury in her eyes. Of course, high-born nobles like Stefan are made for the arts. They're the only ones lucky enough to have a soul and experience inspiration. Unlike us, the lowborn, we aren't supposed to feel anything but suffering, let alone express it in poetry. Everyone notices that Gloria is clutching pages filled with writing. Her poems. Your sister casts a mournful glaze the family, and her eyes rest on you. Unity will decline. You persuade the family that Gloria has a right to read her poems. Appeal to Mother. Unity will rise. Manipulation will also rise, but Gloria will decrease by 1. I can interrupt Gloria. Unity will decline regardless. But I mean, for the sake of unity, and that was fucked up what she did. Like, that was so uncalled for. That was so out of left field. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna let Mother calm Gloria down. It's only one. It's only one. We'll get it back. I swear. You walk up to Mother, take her hand in yours, and whisper in her ear. It is time for her to interfere and save the family celebration. Mother nods understandably. Gloria, my dear child, since you were little, I taught you to care for your soul, but I failed to convince you. Please think about the family that took us in. I implore you, do not take on noble activities. Do not infringe upon the divine order. Alright, I didn't say all that, okay? Like, you can calm her down, but like, don't take away her hobbies. Gloria's face flushes red with fury. She clasps the pages to her chest. That's right, Mother. Since I was little, do you think I'm not reminded of it with every breath I take? Of all the things I'm forbidden to do because I'm lowborn? My dear girl, listen to me. There is more to life than you and your aspirations. You are a member of the Bronte family, and our family is part of a greater universe. Your actions affect us all. We are not isolated. We are being watched by the city, by the empire, by the twin gods themselves. So I'm not allowed to bear your name, but I still have to bear all the responsibilities that come with it. What hypocrisy? She's got a point. She's got a point right there. Gloria runs out of the room, outraged and tearful. Family is left dumbfounded. Finally, Stefan speaks. I hope, Lydia, that you can still make her see reason. Your words are wise. Let us heed them ourselves. What a switch. The celebration continues despite Gloria's absence. We're gonna get it back, I swear. We are still a master manipulator. Oh. The Emperor's heirs in danger. News from the capital quickly reaches every corner of the empire. Darian and Flavius, the heirs to the throne, have left the Emperor's palace for the province of Monia, which is ruled by Great Chancellor Agarius Monroe. The Great Chancellor has accused the Emperor's court of harboring malefactors conspiring against the imperial heirs. This is why he has offered them shelter and safety in his own impregnable citadel. The common people are particularly worried by the news. They take it as a sign that the Chancellor is seeking to solidify his power by holding the heirs hostage. If this continues, Monroe can coerce the Emperor into revoking the imperial law, thus depriving the communist state of any and all rights. All hope for reform in the empire has vanished. From farmer to rich industrialist, the commoners are growing desperate. In the province, the authorities are trying their best to put the people at ease. The magistrate of Anazote makes a speech from his balcony to the excited crowd below. Trust in your emperor, good people. The imperial heirs are the future of the great Tempest dynasty. The emperor has made the wise decision to send them far away from the scheming court. Great Chancellor Monroe will take good care of them and keep them safe. Sorry. All glory to the Empire. All glory to the Tempest. Power once again declines. But the wealth of Magra also declines. Good. Great. Good to know. Commoners are still flocking to Anazote. Refugees from villages that have been squeezed dry. Miners have lost their jobs. Craftsmen who have lost their last coin. They all come to the city in search of shelter, safety, and justice. Makeshift shacks litter the outskirts of the city, steadily growing into shanty towns. Every day, the people of Anazote see more men and women hanging around the streets looking for work, leaving their children in the care of the most infirm and elderly of the refugees. Of all the powerful people in the city, Meyer Eggman is the only one who considers this a problem. He has ordered several of his warehouses to be converted into shelters and began distributing bread to the refugees free of charge. What an upstanding gentleman. You and Sophia are sitting on the roof of an apartment building watching people huddled around a wagon. The bread line stretched to the small square between the buildings yesterday. But today it disappears down the back streets with no end in sight. Look at those poor bastards. They've been betrayed by their own masters. The nobles robbed them blind, razed their villages, and left them to die. Backbreaking labor, endless sufferings, dying in the gutter. That's all they've ever given them. Would any of them blasted nobles even move a finger to help the refugees? Not on your life. Meyer Eggman is the only one who cares. He's their only chance for survival. Say, Bronte, I hear Augustine Alborn and Mayor Eggman have both been invited to your house for dinner. That's true? How does Sophia know about this? Father asked you to keep it a secret. What difference does it make? You should have told me. Oh, let's see. Do you have any idea what this dinner means? It's a sit-down, Bronte. It could be deciding the fate of our city, the fate of the last straw, the fate of our rebellion. You've got to get me invited to that dinner. Tell him I'm your friend, your fiance, your lover. I don't care. Just find some excuse for me to be there, okay? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Hmm. So power increased by 1, but the wealth of Mongol will decrease once more. Unrest will rise. Embittered and merciless. Embittered. That's if we betray her, right? Like if we just hard betray her. Like back when, I don't remember. I think it was back when like the Archnean was chasing her. Way back when. So is that like an atonement thing? I see. Give in to her demands. Merciless. Interesting, interesting. Can refuse. Unrest will decline. Reputation will rise. Willpower will rise. And Sophia to the -1. I mean, why the hell not? We could bring her on. Yeah, what? Who cares? Sure, sure, sure. You have no qualms about inviting Sophia to the dinner and introducing her to your family. Just don't blow us up, okay? Like, I don't know how much gunpowder you still have. Of course Sophia can come to the dinner tonight, but she is going to need a proper outfit. No worries, Bronte. I can behave in noble society. Time for the dinner party arrives. The Bronte house prepares for guests. You cannot remember the last time your entire family had gotten together like this. Father is unusually focused and serious today. Mother is wearing father's wedding gift, a precious brooch adorned with gems. To her, it's a small act of defiance. Commoners may not indulge in luxury, but today is a special day indeed. And she had found the courage to dare this small transgression. Oh my goodness. What a rebel. Stefan is more carefree and high-spirited than usual. He always enjoys his uncle's visits. Nathan is as quiet, furtive, and inconspicuous as ever. Gloria, however, only smiles to herself. Sophia is sitting at the table to your left. The family casts curious glances at her from time to time. It feels so strange to see her here at home, together with your family. Mother is the first to acknowledge her presence. Sophia, Alex told us he was inviting someone important to him, but he never mentioned that this someone was a charming young lady. Pray tell, how did you and my son meet? Oh, it was a long time ago. We've known each other ever since we were little. We used to play in the neighbors' yards together. And then Alex helped me to, get out of Anazote and go to the capital. He was a real hero, you know? You see dubious recognition in your family's eyes. My brother mentioned meeting an old friend in the capital. So that was you? Why, yes. Our paths crossed again in Eterna. What a wonderful city. I have such fond memories of the years I spent there. I was so lucky to have Alex by my side. He helped me a lot. It's so fucking condescending. I think it's just me and how I'm reading it, but like, Jesus Christ. I can feel her like watching me. Just making direct eye contact with me as like she fucking talks to the rest of the family. Yeah. Is that so? And I don't suppose you could shed some light on what happened to him there? What was my son doing in Eterna all those years? He came home with a small fortune but refused to tell us what it came from. I'm afraid I don't know much about that myself. All I can say is that I was fortunate enough to introduce your son to a very important man. Alex proved himself and earned the man's patronage. Well, I certainly hope this man was a decent, honorable nobleman, not some upstart commoner with deep pockets like that Egmont. Stefan, could you please refrain from such remarks while Egmont is here, if only for my sake? Are you fucking serious? He's not shit-talking Egmont while Egmont is literally sitting right in front of you. Worry not, father. I would never embarrass you in front of Sir Elborn. I assure you, Sir Stefan, your brother's benefactor is one of the most respectable noblemen I have ever met. I'm sure the two of you would have a lot in common if you ever happened to meet. You watch in awe as Sophia charms your family with polite small talk, effortlessly picking the right words for everyone at the table. Her presence is so enchanting that your family enjoys a moment of peace and harmony for the first time in ages. The servants soon announced the guest's arrival. Baron Augustine Elborn and Meyer Eggman greet the master and mistress of the house one after another, and take their seats at the dinner table. Oh, so they weren't there yet. I see. Okay. I feel like Sophia is just like she might be using her powers, but not. What should I say? It's crazy how she has all of this information. Oh no, maybe she has future sight. That might be interesting. After the traditional exchange of pleasantries, you enjoy an exquisite dinner followed by wine. There would ordinarily be dessert for Father and Stefan, but today the noblemen make do with wine. Why, what the hell? Elborn and Eggman finally begin to discuss the droves of commoners seeking refuge in the city. I must confess, Eggman, I don't understand your motives here. Are you moved by an honest desire to help people, or the expectation of some inscrutable profit? Regardless, you have to put an end to this before it's too late. Food and shelter you offer them only serves to attract more and more refugees to Anazote. And when they finally fill the streets, what are you going to do then? What am I going to do then? The Archduke, the Overseer, what are they going to do? Have you ever considered this? Please understand me, I harbored no ill will towards these people, but Gaius Tempest is concerned that they will eventually start causing trouble. Archduke Milanitis is looking for an excuse to march his punitive battalions into the city. Meyer, is that really what you want? With all due respect, Sir Prefect, I cannot do what you ask. These people have nowhere else to go. No one else will help them. Here in Anazote, at least I can offer them food and shelter. Are you really asking me to let them starve to death? Do not deceive yourself, Augustine. I was one of those who welcomed the new overseer at first, just like all the rest. I hope that the common estate would get a little more breathing room under his rule. But what did Gaius Tempest do? He started his power struggle with the Archduke. He made the double tax possible. He signed the ban on gunpowder, a ban on gunpowder, and in Magra of all places, a province that lives off the silver ore we mine. Which is why, Sir Elborn, I do not trust the Archmeans or the nobility anymore. No, sir. I will not rely on their generosity. The only way I can accomplish anything in this world is by myself, by the sweat of my brow, by sticking my neck out for others. Augustine, you are the only noble in the imperial government I can still trust. You are known throughout the city as the protector of the lowly estate. So protect the lowly estate. Offer protection to the refugees. Convince the overseer to let them stay here. Let me save their lives. I'm very sorry, Eggman, but that is impossible. Gaius Tempest has made it very clear that I cannot resolve this situation. He will bring the Legion into the city and deal with it himself. It pains me to say this, but these people would be better off leaving the city, or maybe even Magra. You must realize this. They should go to Illyria or some other place and start new lives. The only thing waiting for them here in Anazote is death. There's nothing I can do to help them. You glance at Sophia warily. Her brows are furrowed and her hands are balled into fists. She interrupts Elborn without warning. Enough! Huh? What? No way. No fucking way. Alright, let's see where this goes. Everyone turns to her in surprise. Did a lowborn woman just have the audacity to raise her voice while important men were talking? That's enough. You are Baron Augustine Elborn, the prefect of Magra, the protector of the common folk, the last hope for people like me. You're all we've got. Meyer Eggman is right. The Archmeans don't care about us at all. As far as the Milanitises and the Tempests are concerned, we don't even exist. Every commoner in the city knows there's only one noble in Anazote who actually cares, and that's you, Sir Elborn. Not the overseer, not the archduke, not the magistrate, not the patriarch, none of them. You're the only man who can change things in the city. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? The overseer needs your support. He trusts you. He'll listen to you. You don't have to blindly follow his every order. You're free to make up your own mind and speak to him on behalf of the people. I'm begging you, please don't betray us. Don't betray all the trust we've placed in you. Help Meyer save these people. The amber candlelight glimmers and sparkles reflected in Sophia's blue light. Ah, I see what's going on here. She got what she wanted. My apologies, ma'am. We have not been introduced. Sophia, a commoner. A lengthy silence hangs over the room. No one knows what to do. Everyone holds their breath, waiting for Augustine Elborn to react. Thank you, Sophia. Your words. You ought to thank this young lady, Meyer. You will have my support. The refugees must stay. Do your best to give them decent shelter and food. See if there is any work they can do. I'll see if I can convince the Archduke that they pose no threat, and I'll take steps to keep the streets safe. The guests thank their host for their hospitality and leave one after another. He walks Sophia to a carriage. That was some night, eh, Bronte? You've got an interesting family. Too bad I'll probably never have a reason to get to know them better. Next day, Augustine Elborn makes a statement to the people of Anazote. The prefecture and the lesser quorum have reached an agreement. The refugees arriving in the city will be offered temporary shelter and provisions. No announcements from the overseer are forthcoming. Well then, misery and devastation. Okay, fellas, how does it drop from security to misery and devastation? That is insane. Well, I mean, I don't know. There it is, yes. Well, the illegitimate girl. The event is a consequence of your previous actions. So I do not have a secret plot with Stefan. I don't even think there was an opportunity to do that. Whatever. I don't care. Alright. The illegitimate girl. Right. Your home is quiet tonight. Father is away, arbitrating disputes in Magrin villages. Stefan is visiting one of his high-placed patrons. After a dinner spent in silence, everyone retreats to their chambers. You are about to retire for the night when Gloria calls out to you. Alex, wait a minute. I have an important favor to ask you. Your sister leads you to her longtime refuge, the library. Here in the shadows between the bookcases, you will not be overheard. Brother, I wish to speak to you before Stefan returns. His scheming is becoming unbearable. It's beyond Sir Robert's power to stop him, let alone Mother or Nathan. You're my only hope. Shrug. All families argue from time to time, but every quarrel has to end sooner or later. Yes, it will end when Stefan finally gets rid of me. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just a stumbling block and a stain on his father's good name. He lets me stay in the house only to avoid causing a scandal in high society. And as soon as the Brontes get their precious nobility of the sword, I'll be out on the streets in the blink of an eye. Alex, you don't want for me to get kicked out of the family, do you? Please help me. I need to convince Sir Robert to adopt me and make me legitimate. After that, it won't be so easy for Stefan to dispose of me. And then I won't bear the stigma of being a bastard anymore. I know Sir Robert would agree, if only by virtue of the love he has for our mother, but Stefan is standing in his way. Tell me you will help me. An illegitimate child who has never known her father. A stranger in the family. Gloria looks at you with hopeful, pleading eyes. Help Gloria. Gloria's secret plot, +1. Refuse Gloria. Unity will rise, willpower will rise, but Gloria will practically hate me. I'll help her. I mean, I don't have any reason not to help her. You give Gloria a firm embrace. Ever since you were children, she has always been by your side. Two of you may have different fathers, but she is your sister, and she must remain a member of the family. It is your duty to come to her aid. You will make sure Gloria becomes a Bronte. Gloria lets out a sigh of relief, hugs you back. It makes me so happy to know that you're on my side. You wait for Stefan to come home. Your brother returns from his visit mirthful and in high spirits. This is the perfect moment to have a talk. I went splendidly well, brother. Magistrate Elvermon himself will support us. I am on friendly footing with his son now. It won't be long before we become nobles of the sword. Why are you still up? You raised the matter of your sister. The feud between Stefan and Gloria must end. Your brother seems to be unaware of how much damage it is inflicting on the family, but you know how to remedy it. The reason for everything is Gloria's lowly station. She should bear the Bronte name. Your brother assumes a bored mien. Don't waste your time, brother. I know what Gloria is after. You mentioned damage to the family. Can you even fathom what this would mean for the Bronte name? By allowing an illegitimate child into his family, our father would cover us all with an indelible shame. Several generations of Brontes to come would not even dare to dream of becoming nobles of the sword. By the twin gods, I will not let that happen. You attempt to point out to Stefan that Gloria's desperate situation is leading her to more and more audacious escapades. If your sister becomes a member of the family, she'll stop. Believe me, Alex, I want to see Gloria at peace as much as you do, but not at the cost of our entire family's future. Absolutely not. I have a different idea of Gloria. I'm sure the situation will satisfy everyone involved. Good night. You let your sister know of Stefan's vehement denial. Gloria is so vexed she is shaken. So he wouldn't even hear us out. Is that it? He's willing to do anything just to drive me out, isn't he, Alex? We need to think of something. Gloria will continue her battle for the right to stay with the family, and you have promised to help her. Well then. We gotta help her. We have to help her. It'll be insanely fucked up to not help her. Okay. Philippe left Anazote for the capital last night on urgent business. He gave you both direct, unambiguous orders before he left. Cease all activity and wait for him to return. A moment of freedom, an entire month of peace. Is this real? Can you finally stop and catch your breath? But unfortunately, you do not even get to enjoy the thought of freedom for long. As noon approaches, Sophia appears in the door of your office. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. As the approaches, yada yada yada. It must be urgent. What brings you here? What brings her here? Gloria Sawton. Ring a bell? You know, the High Commander of Magra, an Archmian. My former master, rapist, murderer, all-around piece of shit. I've been keeping tabs on him ever since I got back to Anazote. Here's where it gets interesting, Bronte. Turns out Philippe Aelfaro isn't the only guy trying to take advantage of the chaos to make a grab for power. There's a noble revolt brewing. Way up in the upper echelons, Milanidas' followers are itching to rebel against Overseer Tempest. And Dorius Otton is one of the heavies. You see where I'm going with this? All Gaius Tempest's authority comes from the Imperial Legion's sword, And the guy in charge of them all? The High Commander of the province. That's Auten. And he can't wait to betray the Overseer and hand all that power over to the Archduke. If this revolt goes through, everything we've worked for will go up in smoke. We can't let this happen. We need to expose Auten as a traitor he is and give Gaius Tempest all the proof. What about Felipe? What does he have to say about this? We don't even know where Felipe is right now. He's incommunicado. We'll have to go against his orders and act on our own. We've got no time to waste either. They could spring into action at the drop of a hat. Sophia's voice is trembling. You're not used to hearing her like this. You ask her why she's so eager to take Auten down. Is she out for revenge? I'm more worried about the Lost Straw's future than revenge, but I'm gonna level with you. If I had my way, I'd love nothing more than to strangle Auten with my bare hands. Sicking the Overseer on him is the next best thing. As usual, Sophia sounds level-headed and makes a solid point, but you cannot help but feel that she is still hiding something. Should you defy Felipe's orders and aid her? It's a good idea to get involved in the struggle between the province's two most powerful Archnians. Oh, well, well. Alright. You can ask her to explain herself. You can just simply agree. What? Oh, we get the same thing, but we lose willpower, I guess? Ooh. I'm gonna... Like, so that's just simply not something that's going in. I don't need the willpower. Refuse and have Sophia shadowed. Oh, well, well. The worth just simply isn't there. I'm just making an enemy of Sophia for no reason. I don't care about Dorius Auten. When was the last time we even saw that guy? Yeah, we're just gonna ask her to explain herself. Of course you want to help Sophia with this, but she is doing herself a disservice by keeping her friends in the dark. Before you go through with this, you would like her to explain it all to you. Sophia's eyes narrow as she studies you, pondering your words. You remain quiet, giving her time, trying to breathe as quietly as you can. Over a minute passes before Sophia speaks again. Okay, Alex, I trust you. So I'll level with you. But if you betray that trust, it'll just about kill me, okay? Alright. Alright. I get what Verk was saying. I get what Verk was saying. It's crazy how I'm putting my own fucking spin on her words. Nah, that's activating neurons. That's activating neurons. It'll just about kill me, okay? I'm tired. I've been a pawn all my life. An Archnian's maidservant. A witch with no will of her own. Stuck in prison. A toy in Felipe's hands. A tiny insect in the divine design. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being a thing. I'm sick of having owners. I'm sick of following orders. I'm sick of being used for someone else's goals. Well, I'm done, you got that? I'm done. We're doomed, you and me. You're not deluding yourself on that account, are you? Felipe is gonna see us hanged, just like he did the Lotinus in Eterna. We'll stay alive as long as we're useful. No amount of loyalty to the Secret Chancellery can save us. But when he finally decides to get rid of us, I'll be ready. And Dorius Auten, you know, he's the worst Archnian of them all. I was his maidservant for years. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Ever. Worse than the House of Humility. Way worse than now. And now Auten is scheming to betray Gaius Tempest. Just one of his many plots. Business as usual. And the thing is, he's never had to pay the price for his own schemes. Other people did. Kids who lost their homes. Who had to slave away for scraps. And their fathers hanging themselves from despair. Sophia's voice trails off. She rummages around in her pocket. stuffs a hearty pinch of tobacco into her pipe, and puffs out a cloud of yellowish smoke. Then she continues. Her voice is calm, lifeless, monotone. And now I have a choice to end it all. If it means putting my life on the line, so be it. Because we're doomed, see? The moment I realized it, I became free. If I can make this world better, I'm going to try. And I'll keep on trying until I drop. And you, you're with me, Alex. That means a lot. For the next 10 days, you watch Autumn's house, memorizing the guard's schedule, studying the layout of the mansion, planning escape routes, until finally you have the opportunity to act. When night falls, the two of you go there together. There's a carriage at the gate. It looks all too familiar. Is there a guest at Autumn's mansion? Who cares? There's no turning back now. There's no time. You climb over the tall stone walls and disappear into the dark garden. The sprawl of shrubbery conceals you. Perfect timing. A few seconds later, two night watchmen turn the corner, about to walk past. Sophia's eyes flare with burning yellow light. The guards fall into a deep sleep and collapse on the spot. You drag them into the shadows. Once you have their keys, your dagger finishes them both off. The bodies dissipate. Two lesser deaths. Once inside and in the mansion kitchen, you prick up your ears. You hear footsteps and the muffled voices of Autumn and his late-night guests. They are too far away for you to recognize a single word, but their voices are coming from the sitting room. This is promising. You need to make your way to Autumn's study on the second floor. You sneak up the stairs, shrouded in total darkness. The voices are clearer now. You're trying too hard to please both the Overseer and the Archduke. Magistrate. Oh, I see. You're trying too hard to please both the Overseer and the Archduke, Magistrate. You ought to stop that before you lose your seat to someone else. Unless you side with the right people, that is. Sir Otton, I wholeheartedly share the Archduke's anger, but a revolt? This city will suffer immensely. So you're just a coward then, human. You've wasted enough time on this. You sneak to the upper floors and conceal yourself in Otton's study. If it's all true, Otton's in this thing up to his eyeballs. We're almost out of time. Alex, look for papers, anything with the Milanitis seal on it. We're gonna put the screws to this prick. The two of you hurriedly rummage around in bookshelves, drawers, and cabinets. Any note or letter you find that seems even remotely useful, you stuff in a bag. The floorboards creak. The footsteps grow louder, closer. The window. Glass shatters. Sophia jumps through the window frame. The door behind you slams open. Otton dashes into the room with an inhuman speed. He grabs the sword from the wall and rushes at you. Out of options, you leap outside just as cold slices through your skin of your back. But you are already falling. Sophia helps you to your feet. Don't let them get away. But the High Commander's orders are futile. No one knows the streets and alleyways of Anazote better than you and Sophia. Several hours later, you finally reach the door of the print shop. Take your shirt off. I need to watch that wound of yours. You got lucky. Read lucky. He almost had you. What now? What will she do next? Well, I'll send the Overseer a little gift. I'm sure you and I will hear about Otton real soon. 3 days later, the paper finds their way to Gaius Tempest. He issues an order to relieve Otton of his duties as the High Commander of Magra. Soon after that, the disgraced Archnean departs for Castle Serpenverdun, citadel of his master, Archduke Milanitis. The fateful night has left you with a treasure trove of dangerous information. Enough to tarnish the reputations of many of the nobles complicit in the plot. You wisely keep the intelligence to yourself for now. It just might come in handy one day. Love that. Love that immensely. Spy Network is rising once more. think we're gonna call it here actually. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. That was good. That was good. Ooh, that was good. What an extreme woman. I tell you, what an extreme woman. She is. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of nice. Verk had a point. Well, I mean, the city is going somewhere. I tell you that. At the very least, the city is going somewhere, and I'm very interested in where it's going. The revolt is rising once more. I thought it was gonna be fucking over when we got drafted by the secret chancellery, but it seems like we are still on top. Yes, sir. Yes, we are. I'm looking at the light of the sun peer through my window. And we got some good time this time around. I wanted to run it longer since the last time I streamed. I only went for like an hour 30. But I was pretty out of it, so it may as well have been an hour. I was fucking so tired, yeah. Oh my god. Like when I touched my bed, I immediately passed out. But yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, I'm literally reading this right now and I see a ruthless criminal by the name of Sophia. Yeah, that's her. That is her. That is her. But yeah. I'm glad that I got a chance to stream right now because I didn't know if like when I woke up at 1, like about to get ready to stream, like ooh, my eyes were killing me. But now but after about an hour it cleared up, so I'm sure it'll all be fine or something. I don't know. Whatever the case may or may not be, we are getting into it. We're getting into the thick of it. Truly getting into the thick of it. The hat was a little off this entire time and nobody said anything. What the fuck? But yeah. Other than that, today, what's going on today? It's a Tuesday morning. I stay tuned with that one trainer today. I think he might stream today, but I'm not sure. But if he does, I'll be there, of course. Recently he's been playing Tears of the Kingdom. Go check it out. I'm normally there. At least I try to normally be there. I think I'm only there. I think I've only been there for like two streams so far. But yeah, 2 of the most recent ones, I think. Unless he streamed and I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, go check it out. He can't build for shit, but I can tell you what, he's pretty funny. Alright, that's enough plugging. I never do it. I never plug anyone, ever. But yeah, I didn't even, thank you all for coming, thank you all for watching, thank you for hanging with me at Quaco Knife. Like we see, follow if you don't. It's been a while. Like, I feel like I'm slowly falling out of the habit. Oops. I'm slowly falling out of the habit of saying that. I don't think I've missed the chance yet, like, to say it, but it's getting harder to remember that I need to do it. I don't really need to do it at all, actually. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get another stream in. I want to stream Darkest Dungeon 2. Like one time when I'm not fucking drowning in like obligations, societal obligations. So that could be today. If Jerry isn't streaming today, that one trainer, Jerry, my boy, I'll probably stream so long as I'm not roped into another Overwatch match. I'm not very happy. But yeah, I'm marveling at my own tracking. I tell you, I'm so glad that I found these settings. But yeah, that's enough. That's enough rambling. I'll see you all later. Okay. Thank you for watching. Join us next time when we fucking get in with the revolution. We get in with the revolution. There's like 3 different revolutions going on, but ours is gonna come out on top. I swear. Like we're like the king of revelation. What the fuck? Revolutions. Tune in, or else. Bye bye.